All right, I hope
Hello.
this is working. Is this live? Who knows?
This will not work.
Recording.
I hope it's recording. If it's not, we're just going to play a D&D game.
Well.
Wait, are we
yeah.
live? We're live.
No.
No, we're
I
not
meant to
live.
look at the
This is
Twitch
just
thing.
recording.
And I just...
There's 10 people watching, Miles, as well.
Oh, nice.
No, we're just going to record
Donate.
this. I'm going to throw it on YouTube. I'm going to throw it on Spotify. I'm going to throw it in people's faces. Okay. We're going to play a game of Dungeons and Dragons, folks.
Yeah.
If that wasn't obvious already. Okay. Well, for the benefit of anybody there, we're going to call ourselves Wizards and Wyverns on the internet. This
A working title.
it's a working title.
It's a working title.
Because it came out at the top of my head. All right. I'm just going to read a little intro because I'm going to play a bit of Dungeons and Dragons 5e. All those nerds being interested.
Oh, you like saying Dungeons and Dragons, don't you? In that way, Dungeons and Dragons.
Let's blame Travis Wingham for that one. Right. Gonna read off a little intro to the world, bring you guys back into it because, as you all know, you played this before.
If we are going to upload this anywhere ever,
yeah.
Should we not, introduce who's
I suppose
here?
we should. I mean, but the people who are watching it all will already know who the fuck we are, I'd imagine.
Well,
you don't know.
You go first. You're the dungeon master. This is a poor host.
Okay. I am Thomas, and I am DMing this grand adventure. We'll see. I am everyone who isn't these four chuckleheads. Well, from I was going to start with you, Mars, but as you've got a mouthful of food, we'll start with my next.
No, I've swallowed.
Okay, all right. Well, just because you're the top left on my screen, we'll start with you. Hit it, my man.
Hello. I'm Miles. I'm going to be playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Like an play another game.
I can't tell you any more than that. Nobody else knows my character.
Yeah, we'll introduce that later on. Okay, next down, go with you, James Dickens.
I'm James Dickens. Nailed it.
Surname exposed.
Boom. Finally.
And then
I'm James Dickens.
I'll say character name, and then you can introduce yourself. I think that'll probably work better. Hafane. We'll see how that's.
Oh, that's me. I had a moment then. I'm Connor playing Hafane. Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
That's
and last but not least,
Maggie Ben.
Hello, I'm Ben, and I'm 22 years old, and I like long walks on the beach. I am playing the mysterious figure of Mathuf.
And you'll have to excuse Ben's internet issues. The house is just rubbish for it.
It should just be a voice.
Yeah.
That's what we should do. If we ever kick off, people can draw pictures of what they think Ben looks like and send them.
We'll get a screensaver for him. Okay, there we go. At least it's got the name on there. Right. Let's bring it in with a little introduction, shall we? Cerus is a world full of mystery, of places forgotten and wonders unseen. The largest continent, Helios, is where all races can culminate and thrive. Within the lands of Faerun sit many dukes, princes, earls and lords, ready to pay good coin for treasures and trinkets to advance their lands above that of their neighbours. To the north sits the Empire of Afaral. Once a land untamed, full of warbands and travellers, one family rose above and conquered east to west anything that lay above the Nor mountain range. Now a thriving empire with high aspirations and an emperor unafraid to act, tensions are high among bordering rulers. To the west lies the Mildew Valley, a temperate area where many relics and structures lie abandoned. Magic rules supreme in this area of the world, and none more so than in the trifecta of city-states that lie to the western edge. Sordoon to the south, where lies the Mildew Oak Forests, Nordoon, the seat of the area's military power, and Bardoon, the administration for all three cities and outlying villages and farms. Many adventurers are drawn to the wilds of the area for fame or fortune, basking in the many ruins that dot the area. In the east of the valley lies the Scar. A vast chasm stretches from the Nor mountain range to the Soar, cutting the valley off from the rest of the continent. To the south are the wildlands where no man reigns. Only roaming warbands live in the thick jungles and rocky plateaus of the vast landscapes. The land is mysterious, as few that ever enter come back intact. Whether or not there is anything to be gained is still to be discovered, as the area is unmapped. Pirates and raiders are frequently spotted coming from the wildlands, and so many of the southern lords have banded together to thwart the intruders when they appear. Far to the east lies the elven islands of Barja, led by Queen and King Sariescent, a fertile land deeply connected to the Feywilds. To the north lies the great tundras of Coin, a vast collection of mountainous regions and fields of snow and ice. However, just below the surface, massive cities and towns of industry and culture are interconnected by the great dwarven highways, many of which lie abandoned, lost to time eternal. And so we are going to begin. I've done very poorly here, boys. Today,
uphill from here.
We are going to begin our little story on the seas just outside Sordoon, on a little ship known as the Endeavour. One of you already familiar with the ship. 3 of you have suddenly embarked for various reasons, and you've all just kind of milling about on deck at the moment. The winds are rushing by, the waves are quite choppy. It's not a calm seas at the moment, but you're the only 3 kind of passengers on this ship at the moment. The captain there, who, if I just get up my little list of characters, the captain, who's introduced himself as Maximilian Bell, a human man in about his late 50s, you'd imagine, graying long hair, seems to be fairly well travelled. He's just stood in front of you and he goes, right, well, I suppose I better show you down to the where you'll be staying. I'm afraid we don't, as we weren't expecting most of you, we've not got exactly the comfort qualities that you might find on other such ships, but we got a few spare hammock we'll lie up in the holds for you. So, well, you'll all be traveling together. I believe you 2 came aboard together, and this rather distinguished individual, points to you, Ralikos, is the other passenger on board. I want to introduce you to this is Afane. He's the muscle aboard ship. If any problems do occur caused by you or others, he's your man to sort things, just so you are aware. Over there, he points to a half-elven woman. He's got long silvery hair, all kind of very done up, very neat and tidy type person. That's my first mate, Penrose. If I'm not about and you need a little help with anything, she'll accommodate, I suppose. Couple of rules: don't go snooping around the hold. Just appreciate that. If you didn't, don't want to have to be throwing people overboard, if that's all right with you folks. Right. Well, I suppose I'll leave you guys to your own introductions. I've got some business to attend to. You can find me in the captain's quarters if needs be. Hope you enjoy your stay here on the Endeavour, and we'll have a couple weeks of lovely sailing. I hope nothing goes awry. All right, I'll leave you to your business. And he trots off below decks. And so currently we have Frost, Ralakos, and Mazoosh.
Massive.
Mathus. Okay, Mathus with the lisp. Mathus. All of which you've kind of made your own ways aboard this ship. So currently we have a grey tabaxi. Yeah, good.
Like a snow leopard.
Yes,
kind of thing.
that was it. I do remember now. Yes,
Love
snow
it.
leopard. We have.
I've got a photo. I'll show you boys later.
Okay, good. Yeah,
Of a
we'll
snow
deal with that later.
Yeah.
I don't know if Ben's still there or not. His screen's frozen, but so this is just for you, Ralakos. So you've got in front of you a snow leopard like tabaxi.
Yeah, I'm
who
here. I'm
seems-
here. I'm
Good,
here.
good. That's good. That was a very delayed response.
Yeah.
So I'll let you describe yourselves. So Miles, if you want to take it away, describe what we're looking at.
So Frost is sort of he's quite burly. He's a snow leopard tabaxi, wearing very sort of simple robe clothing. He's got a bow on his back, and that's about it.
Okay, and standing by his side seems to be a rather fairly elderly now looking woman, who you can't tell if the eyes are just jaundiced or just a weird discoloration. She's sagging in places that were once perky, I think was the descript used. You could tell that once upon a time she was something but to behold, but you can see Mazouche, there we go. And you two, Frost and Madouche, you stand looking at a rather gloomy looking tiefling. Right, I'll let you. I should have let Ben introduce his character. I don't know why I've taken that away. But Ben, if you wanted to, if there's anything more I missed out,
Yeah. So my stood before you is a sort of elderly female odd. They've got sort of patchy skin that looks like it's sort of like eczema or some sort of skin. It doesn't look normal skin. It looks rough and looks patchy. They're wearing sort of simple clothes. Simple clothes, and they've got a big backpack, which means they're sort of hunched over, and they're a bit quiet, a bit keeping themselves to themselves, quite withdrawn in their demeanor and stature.
Lovely. And James, if you want to introduce your character to everyone.
Yeah, so I'm 6'2", quite tall, tiefling, really dark wine red skin, black solid eyes, so like you can't see any pupils, it's just like a black marble, long black hair and thick, fairly long horns that kind of wrap around and meet the hair that's tied up in a bun. Wearing quite ornate black leathers with patterning on them that has clearly been stamped out by someone of wealthy means. And I'm bloody miserable.
Yes, indeedy. Right.
All right, just 1 second. I'm just going to go grab my player's handbook. I left it upstairs.
Grab mine as well.
Okay. Okay, well,
Is Hafane
the
with
plan
us,
for this?
or is
Not
Hafane
currently.
wandered off?
You can see Hafane and sort of milling about, helping with bits and bobs.
Working.
Yeah,
Working.
you can tell he's not necessarily a sailor, but he
fumbles a
helps.
bit.
He helps.
Yeah.
He knows his way around, yeah?
Yeah,
Like,
he can carry things. He's all right with
So
that.
he's a big, strong fella.
He looks.
What's he
big
look
and
like?
strong. Well, we'll wait for Ben to get back before you describe yourself, because I've, he's back. Here he is. Okay. So yeah, I was just saying to the other guys, you could see like Hafane, the sort of guy that the captain told you about. At the other end of the ship, he's just in load boxes and things. So Hafane, if you just want to give a brief description of yourself to the others.
Yeah, he is of pale complexion. You could see he's not used to being out on a boat and made a victim of the sun, with a few burns on his nose and top of his ears. His hair is shaved at the sides, and at the top he's got long that ties into a braided, almost ponytail at the back. He's got a tattoo of a sort of runic style raven going up near his green eyes on the left. It looks like it's holding his eye right there. He's wearing rags, really not a man of wealthy means like Ralikos there. Looks like he's just throwing him about. He's actually using a rope as a belt. He's obviously taken from the side somewhere. His shoes are barely holding together. But yeah, he looks like he's been about, but he has an air of innocence to him, I'd say.
How tall is he?
He is 5'10".
Okay.
So he's not as large as Ulster was.
Referring there to Connor's old character, who was about 4'6".
To be precise, he was 4'11".
Still short. Okay. Right. So you guys are shown a hammock where you can stay. There isn't really too much for you to do on this boat.
Can I do something as we are
Sure,
shown?
yeah.
Can I cast detect magic?
Ooh, going.
He's going straight.
So for 10 minutes within 30 feet, I can sense any magic and what school of magic the magic is from as well.
Nice.
Right. Interesting first move. Okay, sure, yeah. So you, as soon as you do that, you just get hit with a wave of enchantment magic coming from right below decks in the hold. Lots. It's a big, huge wave of it. It's not yeah, enchantment. But yeah, great. Was hoping to keep that one a secret for a while at least, but no. 10 minutes in. Big secrets. Okay. So you know that, whether you want to act on that.
Is there any other magical sources at all? Is anyone anyone wearing any magical items?
Well, the only person that ever told me they had anything was Frost. You know, he's got a little a tiny little magical thing on him. You know what? I don't know what school of magic healing is off the top of my head.
Is it a healing potion?
Yeah. It's probably so familiar that you would.
I also have a healing potion, so
that's all right. I'd imagine.
Do you know what, Edson? You had me very worried there. I was like, "What? I've forgotten my own magic item. What have I got?"
What about Maximilian Bell and this? Was it Penrose?
Penrose, no, nothing magical on them. None of the crew have
Got
anything
nothing on them,
magical.
no magical weapons, no magical
Nope.
armor, nothing.
Nothing. You get
All right, nice.
nothing
Well,
from them.
He ain't got
Noted.
nothing.
Can I,
Just
So the only magical thing.
Yeah. So I mean, if you want one, guys, you can all have a healing potion. It just makes life easier in the long run.
So all I can sense is healing potions.
Yeah.
And this huge enchantment from the hole.
Huge enchantment magic.
like overpowering this enchantment?
Yes,
Huge.
it's huge, and I'm talking big. Can
Can I think about, am I being enchanted right now? Do you want me to roll something for that?
Let me get up the spell, see what you can garner from that. D.
Do you want me to do an Arcana check?
I might do. Yeah, go on then. Yeah,
Okay.
go on then.
I'm just sat here
First roll of the
hooing myself
game.
at the prospect of doing
First
an
roll of the
accent.
game. What's it gonna do?
I don't get advantage or anything, do I?
No.
Well, it's a 14.
You don't think so? You don't feel any different since coming aboard.
Okay.
It just seems to be a large presence of enchantment magic down below deck.
Okay, that's fine. I shan't say a word.
Okay, good.
Can I roll a perception just to try and figure out if it's just a normal merchant ship or?
Yeah, if you want, I'll allow it because of who you are. Just suspicious of everything and everyone.
Little teaser right there.
You know, I just want to check up on things.
So does Relicos just look miserable in general? Like that's just how
Yeah.
he looks.
And a bit beat up.
Yeah, a bit beat up.
Okay.
Bit
Um,
broody.
I think everyone does, other than Happen.
Just a bit moody.
13.
Just a little bit. He's having a bad day. Dropped his toast butter side up.
What was your roll, James?
13.
No, nothing you can garner.
Fine, fair play.
I'll offer my my paw. I'll outstretch my paw to the tall tiefling with the long black hair and the curly horns, and I'll go. My name is Frost. If there are to be introductions.
That's how you do a Persian accent, James.
I was broadly European. Thank you very much. Before we get into that, hello. My name is Ralikos. Ralikos Runestone.
That's
Relicos.
I'll shake your hand, and then kind of just turn away as if, okay, that's all we needed.
I do not want to intrude upon your time, but what are you exactly?
Pardon? What you? What
You look to be a human of sorts, but I have never seen something so quite as unique as you. The horns and the colored complexion.
Thank you. I'm. Have you ever heard of tiefling?
No,
That's what I am.
a tiefling. How
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I am a tabaxi. I have not been amongst the social developed world for long. So there are plenty of you in Ostia. You've been there before, where we head.
There aren't many of us. Yeah, you don't know much, do you? But obviously, from what I've read about you and your race, you're very you're quite isolationist, aren't you? You don't come into the public very often.
Yes, you could say that. Yes.
Well, it's quite similar for me. I'm not used to big crowds.
I see, but have you been to Ostia before? You see, I know nothing of it.
No, I had to leave rather promptly. This is a unexpected trip, so yes. Yeah.
Well, I would not presume to pry into your business. It sounds like quite the tale.
I'm just going to walk away in kind of a down.
I just walk away.
I'll just
Okay.
I'll just blink with my eyes the other way.
Oh yes.
That's not creepy.
No. So yeah, if you were looking, you'd see the eyes blink sideways.
And a little reptilian forked tongue.
Yeah.
Poke
Other
out.
than that, you don't look like. Other than you've got a bit of weird skin, but you look semi-normal compared.
Semi-normal, but I've got sort of yellowy, greeny tint to my skin. Like my
Yeah,
skin
so
does
the-
look
sort of
a little bit
jaundiced.
odd.
Right. Okay.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna skip over a bit to back up deck. Right. Hafane.
Yes.
Penrose, the first mate of this ship that you are now a part of for the past, we're gonna say
Yes.
what, 2 months maybe?
Yeah.
Just you probably literally sail. Where did you join? You joined it in Vinland, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna say for these
What a
purposes,
surprise!
the ship sailed from Vinland to Sordoon, and it's now on to Ostia, and you've literally been on it that long.
Yeah.
Okay. So Penrose is going to come up to you, just pull you aside and go. So as you know, we've got that thing round down below. Yeah. Just I want you to keep an eye on them them folks downstairs now, because we don't need them snooping around into our business.
How close of an eye do you want me to keep on them?
If you could just be all up in their business, just try and
Wouldn't that
friendly.
make us look a little bit more suspicious?
Possibly, but if you just go under the guise of just being bored and wanting to be friends, I don't know.
I will do my best.
All right. Just yeah, because I think you'd be more help down there than you are usually up here. Just saying.
Yes.
Just saying.
Fred, should I go down there now?
I mean, you can finish up what you're trying to do here, and I'll leave it to your discretion. Just they seemed quite an interesting group. It's from all different. Just don't see it every day, you know. Sounds like the beginning of a joke. A tabaxi, a tiefling, and a man. Sorry,
I will go down. I put my whatever I'm doing down, and I go. Just been slagging off what I do, and I just keeps going. Yeah, they look kind of weird. Yeah, weird. Yeah, sounds like a bad joke. I'm like, oh fuck this. I'm going.
Okay, so you head downstairs, and you can see as you're coming down, you just see the tiefling and the tabaxi, who just seem to be talking to each other, and then the tiefling just abruptly just turns and walks away.
Slightly more miserable than he did.
Yeah.
When it's up on.
So they're just talking, and he's walked away.
Yeah. It seemed just mid conversation. He just up and left. And I imagine the tabaxi's looking a bit.
Where are these? Is this just like crew quarters that they're at?
Yeah. So it's a corner of the crew quarters.
Okay.
A couple, like 3 more extra hammocks have been like hung up. Yeah, just in a corner of the room.
Oh.
I'm reading a book. I've pulled out a book.
I'll just sit on a hammock.
Yeah, for now, what my guy would do if he's just been asked to keep an eye on them, he'd probably before going down, like grab an apple and then just sort of sit in his own hammock and be peeling that and just listening in.
Frost, having never ever used a hammock before, I want you to make a dexterity check for me. it's going to be that kind of game.
Oh God, I genuinely got a nat 1.
Nice.
Yes.
So you go to sit on this hammock, just expecting it to be some kind of chair, and you literally, how hammocks work, I think everybody knows. Trying to describe this with my hands is going to be interesting. So where you would sit on a hammock.
We know a hammock.
Yeah, you plonk your ass down, and the
Probably.
thing just goes whoop, and you just go flat on the face first, down on the
Fantastic.
floor.
Not you kind of place before.
Masseuse merely looks over a little bit, gives a little blinks, and then just goes back to her book.
This poor guy.
All right,
I'll dust
I'll-
myself off.
Bless him.
Right.
And then I'll just stand. I don't think I'm going to try that again.
Smart move.
Oh, poor little guy.
I'll just give a little nod to Hafane.
I take it you've never used one of those before.
Oh no, they are a type of chair, a bed.
Don't worry. Neither had I when I first came on board. I was a landlubber, as they keep saying, for quite a while. Only I fell backwards.
Oh well, I am a tabaxi. I'm Frost.
Hello, Frost. I go over and shake his hand. You have a unusual accent. Where is it you're from?
Oh, I do. I'm from the Sur Mountains, just above the Mildew Valley. I am from a clan named Many Peaks. We live amongst the snowy terrain up there. But I've spent the last few months of my life down in Sordun, and I fancied a change of pace. Came to Ostia.
So just seeking adventure, would you say?
I seek to grow closer to my ancestors. I found myself struggling with meditation in Sodun and wanted to find a place where I could more easily clear my mind. I thought perhaps traveling to a new place could lead to more enlightening experiences.
Or at the very least, keep you distracted. Fair enough.
I suppose, yes. And you are a crew aboard the ship?
I am temporary, as you would say. Leaving home, I did not have much coin, so the only way to make my way is to work. And when I saw this boat, they were a crew short, so I offered my services.
And where is home?
I come from a place called, how best to describe for you, Vinland. In my village, we called it Veterheim, but that is an old tongue. But among most people, just Vinland. It is a cold place, very hard to
Yes.
farm, and yet,
I have heard some people talk of Vinland around Sodun. The Vinland is cold, Ostia is hot. You know, I would have rather
Yes.
gone for the cold, but
polar opposites. Indeed.
yes. I too am from cold climate. Perhaps you and I should struggle equally to adjust to this heat.
Well, as you can see from my skin, I have most certainly struggled, to say the least.
Yes.
Well, I will let you get acquainted with your hammock. If you need any guidance in navigating such a thing, it would be best to ask Primrose.
I see. Thank you.
I could also help you lie on the hammock.
I am beginning to question what's being proposed here.
No, I merely mean the hammock is not a complicated device.
Oh, there is no such need to worry for me so much. I can lie upon it just fine, and then I'll
Well,
try
I
to lie
watch you
upon it.
all flat on your ass.
Wait, I'm gonna try and lie upon it.
Dexterity check.
8.
How are you rolling so poorly?
Fall again.
What's
I'm
going
doing
on? Yeah, I'm gonna have to. It's not quite as
Mhm.
dramatic, but you just can't figure it out. Like you're trying, and it's just flapping about. You don't lose your footing, but you're just having the foggiest about how this damn thing meant to work.
Okay. Oh dear, bloody Frost. All right. You see, you're doing just fine.
Aren't you a tabaxi? Aren't you meant to be in trees and things?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was that Dickens or Ellicott there? That sounded perfectly in character, like such a condescending way
but
of
also
how
a
he
James
talked.
Dickens thing to say.
But well, there are the trees around us have been used to build a boat.
Okay.
Right.
Just going to shoot an eye over to Marish, whatever your name is. How'd you say your name?
Let's call him Matt.
Well, I've never introduced myself. No one knows what I'm called.
No, but I'm just going to shoot a look over to him like, this guy? He's a moron.
They're just reading a book.
Judgmental.
As far as you can tell. Okay.
She does not give you anything. She looks at you like, why are you looking at me? And then looks back down.
Just keep staring like.
I'll address Hethane and say, and this is Susie, my friend.
Greetings.
Well, we are not so much friends, but acquaintances.
Oh, very well, yes.
Acquaintances. How long for exactly?
Some months now.
I would say you are friends. Do you drink together?
Yes.
Yes.
Reasonably often.
Yes.
Then you are friends. That is fine.
From time to time.
You are quite a cold one, aren't you, Fork Tongue?
I come from a hot climate, if that's what you mean. You yourself confessed you're from a cold climate. I am not.
What is it you are reading?
A book.
Savage.
That?
Do you read?
As much as I can.
Since perhaps I can lend it to you once I'm done.
That would be appreciated. Sitting on this boat too long with nothing to do drives you insane.
It is a book on poisons and their antidotes.
That would be very interesting. I would appreciate that.
Hethane, how long is the journey?
To be honest, I am not a very good navigator, so I cannot tell you exactly. If you have questions such as that, I would ask the captain. Sometimes his own crew is a little bit short on sense.
I would not have bothered the captain. I got the sense that he was a man that preferred to keep his affairs to himself, what with the hold and everything.
Is anyone else wondering what's in the hold, though?
Cargo is transporting, I would assume.
It would just be normal cargo. A ship of this means and how this looks, it could not take dangerous cargo.
Do you not know?
I can assure you it is not. And then I'm going to roll a perception to see if Penrose or Maximilian Bell are anywhere near around. And I rolled a 14.
Not that you can see, no.
And then I'll lower my voice. It is not what I would consider normal cargo.
Can I roll a check of some kind? Because my guy's not used to accents, and hearing him whisper would be very difficult to understand from my guy.
What are you trying to do exactly? Like,
just trying to understand him, because he was obviously so quiet. There's a creaking of a ship. He's going.
What's your wisdom?
It's 13.
Just roll me just a general wisdom. I can't think of anything that would really.
Nat 20.
Okay, you are fine then. You understand what he's saying. They're saying.
She.
And what do you think it is that is on board, Bogdan?
I do not know, and I do not care. It is none of my business. I am not here to escort cargo. I am here to go from A to B.
And where is B?
Hopefully not Ostia.
You're asking a lot of questions, aren't you, dear?
Well, I don't know if you have noticed, but they're not very sociable on board. From where I am from, we do a lot of talking and drinking, so new faces are a new chance to pass the time.
It sounds
They don't
like you
really
do
like me
most
up
of your
on deck.
drinking before you do the talking.
Yes, well, that is also true. Most of the time.
Or your culture sounds like giants. You live near giants?
We have a brief history with giants. They are more legends than anything. We have heard of them. Some have even supposedly seen them, but not myself.
I can assure you they are not legends. I have a friend who is a giant. They are usually pleasant enough people.
Well, I'd like to meet some more when I get the chance.
Oh, well, I could introduce you if you're ever back near the Soar Mountains.
I'll give you a look, sort of like a beady eye, like.
Give who a look?
Who, me?
Yeah, Frost. When he mentions like whenever we're back near the Soar Mountains,
Okay.
I'll just give him a little wobbly eyebrow.
Can
And a
I
little-
roll perception to notice that?
No, I'll say no, you can't roll, but
Can
what's
I
your
roll sleight of
passive?
hand for it?
Yeah, you can roll sleight of hand. What's your passive
Sleight of
perception?
hand.
15.
Yes, 18.
Yeah,
Not a chance.
right over your head, I'm afraid.
It would have been so swift. It would have just been like up from the book, straight at Frost, back down to the book.
In that case, I'll stop talking and go, Susie, perhaps we should see if there's any way we can help up top.
Yes, perhaps we should.
It's
Help me up, my dear boy.
been... I'll help her up, and then I'll say to the other two, it's been pleasant meeting the two of you.
Of course.
And then I'll go, it has been an occasion to meet you.
Okay. So you two are heading up to the deck now, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you're walking up the steps, you just yep.
Can I? Sorry, before we do. Oh, sorry, I'll go out of character.
Don't do it.
Can I just keep an eye out onto where, or have an investigation, but not go out of my way to see where it is that leads to the hold, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
What do you want? An investigation? A perception?
Yes. Investigation would probably be the one for this one.
13.
Okay. So so this is like a transport. It's a cargo ship. So the hold is, if you were on deck, it would just be everything below the deck. And then the back kind of quarter to a third of the ship is all kind of like crew quarters. So they're separated from each other. So yeah, it's the old classic, had that grid thing in the middle of the ship to where you crane stuff down into type thing.
Cool. But there's no entrance to the hold from the
from the crew quarters. No, you'd have to go down the steps in the middle of the ship.
Cool.
I'd say steps. It's a ladder. Sorry. But it's there. Currently, it's completely covered up. You can see that there is rather than the old-fashioned grid where you could see down. It's a solid trap door that's got a big, heavy iron lock on it currently. And
Okay.
what did you
and
roll?
then
Sorry, with the investigation, I've completely forgotten.
13.
13. All right, yeah, that's all you
Cool.
noticed from that.
That's fine. And then I just head up.
Okay,
on,
right. So
Frost's
yes,
arm.
as you were walking up the steps, you just hear a voice from behind you going, "Excuse me, please. Excuse, Fox, maybe not blocking the doorway, huh?"
Oh, I'll move aside.
Okay, and you see a little gnomish man who's carrying a pot like twice the size of him. He's just like wobbling up the up the steps. You can see he's rather pot-bellied individual. He's got stains all over his clothes. Smells rank. He's awful.
Can I give him an evil scowl?
You can indeed.
And flash my fangs.
Okay, you do that. He walks and goes,
Bloody hell.
"Very nice, but I've seen bigger." And he just continues up.
And then I'm just going to whisper to Frost, "Haven't seen bigger than ass."
So yeah, he carries this. It's a large steaming pot. Yeah, up to the deck, and
Looks to be food, does it?
you from the smell probably, although
Okay.
it could be anything. So yeah, you gather you're not going to get a fine dining experience aboard this vessel. But yes, he goes, "All right, well, looks like I don't need to go gather you two. Would you be so kind? We have just about to dish up, I suppose is the word. Plates over there. If you could hand out, maybe make yourselves busy. I'll go get your companions, And he disappears down below.
I'll fetch the others then. We should speak later, Sushi.
Yeah, perhaps we should.
I'll
I
head
shall
back
take
down.
my seat as an elderly lady.
Naturally.
And I will not lift a finger and just sit down near where he's placed the thing and really like act up the ooh.
Yeah, most of the crew don't seem to really pay you any. Don't bat an eyelid about that. Not in like a callous way, like they don't expect you to help. They're busy with their jobs, and some of them who aren't busy kind of just start milling over, grabbing their utensils and such.
As someone comes over, I'll go, "Oh, excuse me, young man, could you fetch me some food? I am just an old lady. It is very hard for me to move around on my own."
The guy there just go. You talk to. He seems to be, spotty teenager. He just goes, "Oh, yeah, no worries, love. Coming right up."
Oh, thank you very much, young man.
Why do I feel like
Second, so you gather the cook aboard the ship comes back up. He's gone down to you two, so Ralikos and Hafane. He's literally just opened the door. He goes, "Food," and then leaves again. Hafane, used to this, now that food is now being served aboard. So I gather you make.
I just give Ralikos a nod and say,
"Yeah,
time to grab our dishes." And I just go.
Okay.
Get let out a big sigh and walk slowly behind him.
Lovely."
So done that, people.
So, unless there's anything specifically people want to do in the next, because I'm going to skip ahead.
Could I have got the young man's name?
Sure.
I just want the young man's name.
His name is Pat.
Oh, poor Pat.
Pat.
What happened to Pat?
And
Young, spotty man.
yeah.
I will want to speak with Frost within the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
Before we do a time skip,
Yep.
Like anything big, while we're eating,
Yeah.
I would go over to what's her name again? The first mate,
Penrose. Or you would know her as Penrose Everfall.
Penrose. I'd go over to Penrose, and just as I'm walking past, pretend to drop my spoon from my bowl as I'm bending down, just so like I'll let her know they know. And then
Damn.
have my food.
Okay, well.
Nice.
She carries on with whatever. Yeah, okay. Right, so Matouche and Frost, you wanted to have a little tete-a-tete?
Yeah, so just at some point, probably the next day, we'd find a quiet moment when no one else is around.
They can.
Right, you wanted to speak to me?
Yes. I presume you know something of what occurred back there.
I know very little, to be honest. I know I know of the weapon, as you may say, and its effect. But I do not know about the boy or the girl, any more than you. Perhaps less than you.
It seems evident to me that somebody wanted you framed. You've been an enemy of someone. You have no clue who.
No, Look, Frost. We've been through events together, but do not be offended by me saying that I do not totally trust you yet.
What reason have I given you not to trust me?
None whatsoever. But I have not had enough reason to know trust.
Very well, I can appreciate.
I have no ill feeling towards you. I do not mistrust you. However, I would not consider us close.
Yes. Yeah. It seems reasonable to me.
But it seems, for now, we are together for at least this journey to wherever we may end up. And I'm sure that trust will come. And when it does, I will, I have more things to tell you.
Can I roll an insight as to whether these seem to be ominous or like helpful things?
Yeah, go for it.
14.
You gather it. It's hard to say. Probably a bit of both.
Okay.
But with the way it's going, I will tell you, but we probably need to be further away from Sodun.
The father, Professor Coble, he will likely be suspecting us of the crime. We should keep an eye out for Berwick.
Yes. I hope they do not send him after us. Because knowing Berwick like we do, you know he will not rest, he will not stop until we are brought to the justice he has been told.
Well, I look forward to hearing of your further information, and Know that if there is any information I come across, I will tell you immediately. You have my trust.
I appreciate your faith in me. And I hope that your honesty and good nature does not cause you harm or pain.
All right. On the topic of trust, this Horned fellow,
Yes,
what do you think? He seemed particularly hostile.
yes, I myself would consider myself very hostile, and he was perhaps even more hostile than me.
Yes.
I do not meet many people like that.
And it did not escape my attention that he said he had to leave so soon in a hurry. You do not think that perhaps he could have something to do with...
I had not thought of that. Leave this with me. I will investigate this rune stone more.
Please do. Please do. I'll walk away.
And after that conversation, sorry, I know you want to do a time skip
Crack
outside,
on.
but
No.
I would now speak to Mr. Runestone.
You crack on.
I just perch up to him sometime within the 2 weeks.
Yep.
Just reading my book. I go, do you know much about poison?
You know, I know my way around a way to snuff someone out.
Oh, no.
Way to phrase it. God damn. There are other types
Have
of
you got-
poisons.
Have
Yeah,
you got
my
any?
I know how to give someone the runs. Yes. When it says like, no, I know how to kill them. Yes.
Have you got any more? Anything in particular that you have handled before?
Right.
You know, I try to change methods. It makes it more interesting that way, really. Sometimes it's slow, sometimes it's fast, sometimes you're there, sometimes you're not.
It's Have you ever used an animal before to dispense the poison?
An animal to dispense poison,
A poisonous animal, perhaps?
like a snake.
I do believe some snakes are poisonous.
Not particularly. No. Why are you so interested in methods of? Is it that friend of yours? Is the tabaxi getting on your nerves?
No, not more than anyone else. I'm just reading a book on poisons, as you can see.
Ah, yes. Who's that one? Who's that one by? I tend to be quite knowledgeable.
This one is by Rickath Monthor.
Ah, yes. No, I think I've read a couple of his on decapitation.
Yes, he was. I'm very glad they
Decapitation.
round him up and executed him. His work is very dark.
But informative.
Oh, you are a man of your literature, are you not?
I wouldn't like to boast, but I've read a novel or two.
Most do not share our line of thinking.
No, well, if you don't mind me saying, company aboard this ship doesn't lend itself to the intellectual conversation, does it?
Certainly not.
You seem like a learned woman. Where have you travelled far?
I've travelled here and there. Do you know the library in Senalona?
No, I've not travelled that far. I've always I've always wished to go. I had a professor tell me about it once. He was a great academic. Honestly, I've learnt from so many great men.
No women?
Well, there was the occasional one, yes.
So, no, you go.
I was just going to inquire into your travels. Have you ever been anywhere near Yorn?
But where? Who?
Yorn.
Your?
It is a city.
Your?
Yes. Is your hearing going?
I am an old woman.
Yes, that's why I'm shouting at you, Dirk.
Could you spell that for me, young man, Mr. Runestone?
Why?
Your. Okay.
Yeah. I take it you haven't been there, as you can't seem to process a simple word.
No, it's just that whoever named that town just.
I didn't even.
Whoever named that town is a person, obviously.
No.
The town Yor. Okay, yeah. No, I've never been to the town Yor. Where is Yor? Is it in Serum?
It's around there, yes.
Why? What is so interesting about your town that you are talking about? Which named Yor.
Well, nothing's really interesting about Yor.
My what? Sorry.
Just you're a funny lady. I like you. Yes. I've never thought about it like that. Well, it's been nice chatting to you. Just gonna walk away like I usually do.
Oh God. I'm trying to work out who's more condescending at this point.
And then I'll shut my foot
Like,
and just go back to what
trying to outdo each other.
Great.
And the only other thing I would have been doing over the last 2 weeks is just like, whenever I can, just like, I hate this gnome. So I just would have like given scowls. I would have tried to spread rumors about how bad the food is. I would have said like,
a bit of poison.
I could cook up a better meal than this. And I haven't cooked in 25 years. That sort of thing. I would have just sort of spread that, especially through Pat. I would have had Pat.
Like try and spread that rumor to. They completely agree with you. Like no one is under any like fantasy that this is good meals.
People like the gnome as a person. Do they seem to?
I don't think he's right. He's very energetic. People.
What does Pat think of him?
Pat doesn't really intermingle with him, so he's like, he seems quite, quite forward. I guess he's been here a long time. You understand? He comes with the boat, I suppose. Is the main reason why he's still here. Plus, he hasn't ever killed anyone with his cooking, and that's a bonus when it comes to these types of things, because you hear stories, you hear really bad stories sometimes, and no one's ever gotten sick from his cooking, so that's kind of why he's still about, I guess.
So just to make this clear, Mr. Pat,
yes,
my young boy,
yeah.
say if the food was to, cause a few upset tummy.
Well, that would be very out of character, and I'm sure everyone would never suspect Mr. Boris down there. He would
Well, they would not suspect the chef.
No, not with his track record. They would certainly point fingers at literally everyone but.
You know what, Pat? You are the most intelligent person on the ship.
No, that can't be true. Not at all. Nope.
Pat, I like you. You
Oh.
are like a grandson to me.
Okay. That's nice. I suppose.
Here. And then I'm just going to give him a gold piece. And I'll go, don't spend it all at once.
He looks at this, goes, that's more money than I make in an entire year.
And he'll go, but you have to make me one promise, Pat.
Yeah?
You will not buy a woman with that coin.
Sure. That's fine. I will not.
Say you promise.
This
Say you
coin.
promise.
I promise not to use this coin to buy a woman.
You must promise that my funds will not ever pay for a woman.
I promise that this
No.
coin.
My funds that I have donated to you right now.
That is what I'm.
No, you are saying this coin. You are trying to do me with funny words, right? We are not in your. We are in the real world.
Who would name somewhere your?
I do not know.
Beyond wood. That too.
If you cannot make
Would
this
name a
promise,
pig Finland.
I promise not to use this coin or any other coinage you might throw my way.
No. Because you might get chains and then use that chains. I'm not a stupid old woman. I might be odd, but I am not doddery, Pat. And you are very clever for using that word.
I promise not to buy a woman.
No, you cannot hire either.
Or
Pat, I'm going to have to ask for this coin back if you cannot make
I
this promise.
not to spend any money when it comes to sexual favors with a woman. But yeah?
Why are you phrasing it? Just look, I have given you more money than you said you have got in a year. Just do not buy a woman, do not hire a woman, do not use
I
it
promise
on
to
women.
have no interactions with women.
Hey.
Pat, you dear boy, you need to procreate.
I'm very confused now. I don't understand.
No, okay, right. You have gone from very intelligent to very stupid in no time at all. Okay? My money should not be paid towards having a prostitute. Okay?
It's just prostitute. Oh no, I don't go down that route. You know, don't want any funny illnesses and whatnot.
You can use it for alcohol. You can use it for food. You can use it to buy a house, to go towards that little fund. You can buy for games, for weapons.
That's fine.
To save up for your own boat.
Not to pay for a prostitute.
Okay, Pat. I love you, my dear boy. Tap on the cheek. You behave yourself, okay?
Yes.
Don't spend it all at once.
Way more than Frost.
I don't think I could.
She's been with Frost.
Several days into the trip.
Okay, yep.
I talked to Maximilian.
Sure. So what? You go knock on his door.
Yeah.
He goes, "Yeah, who was it?"
Hello, it's Ralikos, sir.
I apologize. Which one was you?
The one with the horns.
Oh right, yeah. And he kind of like opens his door ajar and he goes, yeah, is there anything I can do for you, I suppose?
I just wanted to see if you could deliver a letter to the harbour master next time you returned to the port where we left.
Okay.
Here it is.
Okay, he holds out two hands. One for the letter.
Sorry. I'm going to give him 3 gold pieces.
Ooh, he looks at it and goes, I'll see it done.
Thank you, kind sir. Have a good evening.
Evening. And he shuts the door.
Guys are big spenders, man.
That's like 300 quid.
Yeah, he's like,
Money buys you friends.
Yes. You deliver this letter. It's £300. Sure. Where? Anywhere in the world.
I'll message you what it says.
Okay,
So
sure. If you want, go for it.
Secrets.
Anything else people want to do?
Because it's been a few days, and I know
Yeah.
that at the very least, Snake Lady knows.
Yeah.
Well, Lizard Lady knows something magical.
Yeah.
I'm going to be keeping a closer eye on them because the fact it's been days and there's been nothing else suspicious.
Okay.
Makes me suspicious. So I'm just
That does beg
not
the
following
question.
or anything, but I'm purposely keeping an ear out
Yeah,
and
it does
watching them when
beg
they
the
just go
question.
off together.
Do any of you try and investigate further on this? Talk about it at all?
I'm gonna follow Snake Lady's lead.
I will have said if it's unless it's like referenced in conversation that
Which
it would be something normal, I'd go, no, it is not something normal.
Everyone seems.
But unless anyone else mentions it, I would not.
No. So none of the crew would talk about it. Yeah. So no, nothing. Okay, good. In which case, we're going to skip forward a couple weeks.
Sorry, I'm just reading my notes.
I mean, to be fair, currently my notes are Rikos Mansour, who's now a murderer and publicist.
No, I imagine him as being some sort of like, just like a philosopher in means of death.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He's about the spiritual side of it as well.
All right.
Yeah, and he sort of writes diaries about like, this person was like speaking when they were being tortured to death. It's fascinating what the mind can do. I imagine him being more like psychologist.
Yeah. What was his name again? I forgot.
I wrote down Rikas Mansour or Mansour.
Mansour. Okay. Rikas
Mansour.
Nice.
Crazy madman philosopher.
Ascensor in the same name.
Sure, he might come up at some point. Who knows? Right. So we're around 2 weeks. So you've kind of gathered the people have been talking. It should take about 6 weeks if the winds are favourable.
Does anyone talk about? Are we stopping off anywhere?
No. So there is no talk of. Well, there's no planned stops. It should just be straight to Ostia. Just straight round. So you're taking like a wide arc around the coast of the mainland, basically. So because the way it is on a map, so Sword Dune is on the east side. So you're traveling from here. This is the continent to about up here. With it, all right. So, the weather has taken a turn for the worst during the last few days. Winds have been roaring. The sea has been choppy. You can smell it on the horizon, and you can see like the black clouds gathering off a few miles away. People start talking. They start getting things ready, battening down the hatches and such, making sure things are tightly tied down. A storm is coming. And
I would let the travelers know to get below deck in preparation.
So the night before you're due to start entering the storm, the captain does gather everyone on deck just to make an announcement. He starts off, right, well, thank you for all gathering here. This is mainly for the benefit of our passengers here today. I'm sure the rest of you has been through storms at sea before. I don't think we've encountered anything as bad as this is going to be. It's a doozy, from what I can tell. I've weathered a fair few in my life, but this is it looks big and threatening. So there are a few islands I know of dotted around. So worst comes to the worst, we can sail and hope to find some kind of cove that'll shelter us for however long this might be. However, they are still a few days out, so I'm afraid things are going to get bad. And just wanted to warn everyone: if you're not already seasick, you're gonna be soon. That's all I can say. Good luck and hold on tight is all I can really offer at this point, I'm afraid. And right, so back to duties and such.
Fabulous.
So the night one it's not so bad. It does rock you about a bit. And then, sorry, everybody just moved around on the screen there for a second. It really threw me.
Sorry, I
Sorry.
disconnected, but I've
Yeah.
switched to my hotspot now.
Did you miss anything?
I'm still listening. I'm just reading my backstory. I just wanted to check something.
Okay.
quickly.
Mars,
So,
did you miss
going.
anything? Because I didn't notice you gone.
I disappeared around the time he was saying that there's going to be a doozy.
Yeah, it's just big storm. There's some islands he knows of a few days away. If the storm's bad
Yes,
enough,
I
they'll
heard
find
that.
a cove. Is about it, really. Good luck was the last of the parting gift.
I'm just glad people are moving now, because like for the last like 20 minutes or so, I've just been looking at a frozen image of all of you, just like hearing like radio drama. And I was like,
Nice.
I hope nobody goes, I give this look.
What looks that? Okay. Right. So yeah, night one. It's not so bad. Bit of rocking. Nothing to really be worried about. But you are starting to hear it now. The rain is coming down hard.
I'm gonna just try and so that because like I've never been at sea before, so to avoid panic, I'm gonna just do my best to switch off and just go into like a meditation.
Okay.
Throughout.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, yeah, the
Put that on
crew.
the hammock.
Yeah, there isn't any panic going on at the moment. The crew they know how to deal with a storm at sea. So they're getting down with their jobs at the moment. But no one seems to be perturbed by anything. So there's no reason for you to worry yet about it. So that's night one.
Can I speak to Frost?
Yeah.
On night one.
Go for it.
Since it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah. Crack on.
I'll just, like in the dead of the night, I'll just nudge him.
Can I wake up and roll a dex to see if I fall out my hammock?
Absolutely.
It's a 10.
I think you're.
Oh my god! How can you roll such bad?
I got a 6.
Oh my god, Mars! Throw those dice away.
Yeah,
that's
jinxed.
3 bad rolls.
Bad, but only for the hammock. So maybe I should just avoid hammocks.
Okay, I'm not going to say you fall out because you've had some practice now, but it's close. It's close.
Okay.
Just.
I'll hold
your
him
heart
tightly
stops.
when I see him wobbling.
Yes.
It has been some time now.
Was that what you woke me for?
Information.
Oh, yes. Oh.
Yes.
Would you like to discuss things here or go elsewhere?
Yes, let's go elsewhere.
Okay. Let's say we were whispering that whole time instead of just, oh, yes, information.
Sorry, I assumed.
And then we'll go up on deck.
Can you roll a stealth roll for me if you're going to be sneaky about it?
Sure can.
Yeah.
We're in a storm and you're going up on deck.
Yeah, a ship does not
15.
stop at 15 and
I got a 12.
man, what is going on?
Bloody hell! You're supposed to be the Dexy
I know.
one.
I rolled a 6. I've got +6 on my
Oh
stealth.
my god, Ross.
Damn.
Okay.
If I had other dice here with me, they'd be getting changed right now.
Okay, so you're not like hidden from anybody's sight. You know, a ship doesn't stop sailing at night. There are still people
Sure.
on deck. And by this point, Madouche, you know that Pat, who is one of the lookouts, is up in his roost now.
That's fine if it's Pat. We're easy if it's Pat.
You're hoping the torrential rain
Oh,
that
he's
is
a
coming
lookout.
down will probably help disguise your conversation.
Lovely.
But they don't
well-
wake anyone in the room up, do they, while leaving?
I'm gonna say no because you're all asleep.
So when we get back on deck, I'll just say, what languages do you speak? Frost?
Common and giant.
That is no help to me. We will have to continue the conversation in common.
Very well.
I wish to tell you about I have a suspicion about the incident.
Go on.
So, as you can probably guess, I know quite a bit about snakes.
I would have assumed, yes.
About a week before the incident in question, a halfling dressed in servant's outfit came to my practice, and he wished to know about antidotes to do with snake bites. I obviously merely served him as best I could, like I do all my customers. But I did mention the certain inland taipan, the snake that may she rest in peace. You know?
Did you get a name for this halfling?
No, but he was rather recognizable. He had a purple birthmark covering half of his face.
Oh, okay.
But he was very nervous and very quiet. He seemed very servant-like. So it did not seem like he was a spy in disguise. But then again, I have never met a spy. So he may be.
You should know, Sushi. I suspect the boy, Julian. He disappeared at far too convenient a time and seemed keen for me to stay with the body before you arrived.
I do not know this Julian, and I do not know this halfling, and I do not know. May she rest in peace.
But perhaps they knew one another.
Yes, it is very confusing, but now that we have had a chance to be around each other a little bit more, I do not mistrust you even less. And clearly I trust you since I'm telling you this. But I can think of no reason why they would frame me in particular. I have no qualms with anyone in so doing. But obviously, if they are to use a snake and snake poison, they will always come to the Yuan-Ti purebloods.
There is nobody outside of Sodun, perhaps.
No, there is no one that would do anything like that. No.
Well, even the only other explanation could be that somebody simply wanted the girl dead. But I cannot think why anyone would want to do that unless it was an attack against her father. But a professor? What could he have done?
It seems that there is more to the puzzle than the pieces we have been given in the jigsaw box. Do you know what a jigsaw is? Frost?
Yes. It is. No.
It is a game where you have a picture and it is cut up into little pieces and scattered around, and it is your job as a hobby and entertainment means to pass the time to place the pieces back together so you create the bigger picture. So
you are telling me you think that this was some kind of game, some kind of entertainment to somebody?
No. It is merely a simile. Do you know what a simile is?
Yes.
Oh, very well. Yes, it is a simile.
Is that the type of snake we discussed? Or...
No. A simile is when something is like something. So if I said my pencil in my hand is sharp like a knife, it does not mean it is actually sharp like a knife.
Oh, yes. No, we speak this way amongst the clan. We do not have a word for it. We just call it talking. What was the name of the snake in case I wanted to investigate myself further?
It is called the inland taipan. Inland is spelled how you'd spell inland, and taipan is spelled TAIPAN.
Inland taipan.
The most deadly snake in the whole history of the world.
Susie, I want to know where you stand on this incident. Do you wish to continue to run, or would you like to find out the truth of what happened?
I have no meaningful connection to this girl. I know you were close to her.
What was that?
Sorry, I was trying to blow away from the microphone.
Simulating the storm, aren't you?
The storm is getting
Keep
power.
doing that, because then they have to try and understand each other while you're doing that.
Sorry.
That's because the whispering in the middle of the storm. Like what?
That's very true.
Ah, what you say?
What?
If you have,
Don't add
you,
that to him not understanding words.
if you have cause to wish to find out the truth, then I shall support you as long as it does not endanger my life.
She did not.
I survived this long.
She did not deserve what happened to her, but I'm shouting over the storm.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Yeah, I do get that.
I would not even know where to begin. I shall meditate on such a thing.
Okay, well, you meditate and you let me know.
Yes. And I'll tell me. Susie, thank you for mistrusting me less.
It was merely a product of our close encompassment together over time. And then I'll just whisper to myself in Draconic. I'll just whisper to myself. He definitely didn't understand what encompassment meant.
Oh dear. Okay.
And then I'll just go back down.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to skip forward. We're going to fast forward a few days.
Storm's still going.
So yeah, storm is as I was going to say, that was night one, which was torrential rain, fairly rocky. Day two, same amount of rain. Wind's picking up a lot more. You can feel like you can see the sails kind of like flap from one side and then instantly go to another before returning to the previous one. It's very kind of chaotic winds going on right now.
Seeing as it is so chaotic, can I speak to Hafane to see if there's anything I can do to help?
Be my guest.
Hafane, is there anything I can do to help?
I am honest friend. I don't think there is anything I can do to help, and I've been in on here longer. So I think the best thing we can do is sit tight, be quiet, and behave ourselves.
Oh, also during this time,
But your offer is
I would have
appreciated.
given you
Frost.
my book.
Oh, I'll be reading that then. I'll be reading that in the middle of the storm.
Okay. Right. So
Understanding what I can of it.
Yeah, which is not a lot. So a few more days go by, and it's. I mean, you guys would have been through storms before, but this is worse than I think any of you would have seen thus far. That might be exacerbated by the fact you're all at sea right now, but it definitely is probably up there with one of the worst storms you've seen in your lives. That you can now feel like the boat is being thrown around, like you're afraid to walk anywhere really, for fear of just being thrown against the wall. Yep.
Is Frost just stuck in his hammock?
Yeah.
Out of fear of getting out.
Can I cast Detect Magic again?
You can, yeah. They're...
And I just want to know the aura of enchantment. Is that rocking with the boat? Is it staying in one place? What's going on?
Yeah,
is
you
it
can
still
gather
there?
it's still there. Nothing is different. It seems to move with it's in the hold. It's in a solitary position, I want to say.
So is there even a slight rock, or is it clearly quite restricted?
I'm trying to explain it.
So you know, like when you're on a train and you're like holding the thing and you sort of sway a little bit, but you're still in one position. Is it like that, or is it
no? It is stationary.
It doesn't move at all.
No.
Cool. That's all I needed to know.
Okay. All right. But yeah, so the captain comes to you and he goes, so I mentioned a few days ago that we was coming up on some islands that might help shelter us. We're gonna aim for one, but at this point I don't know what might happen. I just want you guys to be aware that this is pretty violent, and it could go either way, really. At this point, I got a seasoned crew, but there's only so much a boat can handle, realistically. Like we're trying to just kind of like push through, try and reach the eye of this, or at least these islands that might be able to shelter us for a few days while this passes over. Just keep still. Don't get in harm's way. All right, and I'll let you know if the worst comes to the worst. Basically, all right. He totters out.
I'm pretty sure we would know if it came to the worst. We'd be under the sea.
It is. So, you've gotten fairly used to sleeping through this now. It's really it could have been like you'd have a night where you might not be able to get thrown to sleep, but at some point exhaustion will take you, and this is probably one of those nights where because it's been building up to this, so you're all.
So is
able
it very
to-
loud?
It's very loud. Like thunder is crashing. Like the waves are just slamming against the boat. And you can feel it every time. It's like a punch in the gut.
Then whenever it gets really bad, I will cast silence on our cabin.
Okay. Yeah, one extreme
does
to
that
the
make
other.
it silent in the cabin?
So I think it's an area that is just pure silence. You cannot talk. You cannot do anything. I think it was probably like
Would
a
that freak you out in a different
10
way?
foot radius.
Yeah.
And creatures
Not
are
thinking you hear
deafened.
things like.
Creatures are deafened while inside of it, and we are immune to thunder damage.
Do you
Yeah.
not let? Do you let us know that you're going to do this, or do you just randomly do it?
So
I
wakes
just
in
do
the
it.
middle of the night.
Nice.
Oh, I can do it as a ritual.
Yes, I was going to say, like, you'd take 10 minutes out your day.
Oh,
and
so you
just go,
probably noticed
There
that
you go.
one way.
silence.
You'd sit in there going, and then suddenly everything gets quiet.
Everything for the next 10 minutes. So 10 minutes of mumbling and then 10 minutes of silence. And
Yeah.
But that would be like, so say that would be like 1 p.m. rather than like whenever we first go to bed. It'd be like once we go through and I can see that everyone's not sleeping, if that makes sense.
And it
Yeah.
helps people like drift
It wouldn't be
off
like straight away.
and get
Yeah.
through that initial stage of trying to get to sleep. Because once you're asleep, you do okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm gonna say Halfine would watch curiously but wouldn't interrupt.
Yeah.
And then when it's all silent, it'd probably quietly freak. Well, he has no choice. Quietly,
Well,
would it?
I mean,
Freak out a little bit.
even
Just-
Halfbane would know about magic. Magic permeates the entire world. It's you can't escape it really. So even
Yeah, but
Halfbane
very
would
few
have some
people
kind
do
of...
it in the middle of on a boat in the middle
Very
of the
true.
night on a
Very
stormy
true.
sea. You go, what the fuck's she
Very
doing?
true.
He'd probably click after a minute. Oh,
yeah,
it's
yeah. After the first couple
something,
times,
that's what she's done.
Really
Yeah,
realized.
that's what she's done.
But this particular night, when you're expecting to reach this island in within the next like 15 hours. However, things don't go to plan. You wake up one night and it's just screaming and, well, it's not screaming necessarily, but shouting. You can hear a lot more kind of footfalls going on above deck, and you realize that you are the only folks now within the hold, or within the quarters. Everyone else is...
Hot Tongue doesn't cast silence every night, does she?
Yeah, but it
Because
only
we'd be
lasts 10
boned
minutes.
Only lasts 10 minutes.
It
So
only lasts 10
it's
minutes.
to help
Oh,
people
okay.
get through the
Right,
initial,
okay.
like, to fall asleep,
Okay. Okay.
type thing.
Poke my head out the door to see if anyone's
I cast bless on everyone.
Nice.
in the
Okay,
room.
so I think that's everyone gets a D4 to any
D4
Save.
attacks and saves.
attacks and saves. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just
Nice.
thinking, just in a panic, impulsively just grab my
Yeah.
little hand axes and my little gear, like, oh shit.
Yeah. So,
I want to try and grab a sailor as if they run past.
everyone is holding onto ropes, holding on to the sides. There isn't anyone moving around that doesn't need to, and because the way the things are going, there's no one below decks. Everyone is above, trying to keep the boat steady as they can. But it's not a good one. You can like the way this is going. Hafane, even you, well, actually, sorry, everybody who has never sailed before would probably even realize that this is
happening
beyond the control of anybody aboard this ship now. The waves are such that you can see one. Actually, roll a perception check. Those that wish to brave the deck.
Yeah.
Actually, I wouldn't brave the deck.
Yeah, I'm not braving that deck.
As I leave, I'm going to go, well, if the ship's going down, my dear friends, I would prefer not to be under the deck. as I want to jump off. Have fun in your mental dimension.
Roll a 21 perception.
Okay.
Fucking love these dice.
I got a 23 perception.
Fantastic. So both of you will see the enormous tidal wave that is heading straight for you, that it is roughly about, let's say, 15 to 20 foot high. And looks like it looks like a capsizer. Let's go with that.
Okay.
You
Okay.
just walk up to the decks, you see this, and everybody's looking this way. No one is like it's
like
they all
everything
see it,
stopped.
and
We've
it's
all just seen it and gone, oh shit.
oh shit. And
I fucking jumped. There's no way
so
I'm
you
hitting
two
debris.
have no idea. You just you get a sudden, like it was busy, and then it's just suddenly you hear nothing from upstairs. You
Yeah, and
can see the other
I'll
two.
turn to Frost and go, I didn't cast silence that time.
Woof, and the wave absolutely just hits the boat, and you guys are just sent hurtling. Ralikos and Hafane, you are sent flung a little ways through the air, and then you hit water, and you're just tumbling and tumbling and tumbling. Frost and Mazouche, you
could get dragged down.
Well, I'm not going to make that happen, am I?
Do it.
These characters, I'm going to just
Make
drown
them roll
them.
for it. Make
I
them
did
roll
it
for
using
it.
my boy.
No. So Frost, Mazouche, you realize after this you are just flung forward straight into the side of the wall and just are knocked out instantly. Ralikos, Hafane, it takes you a little while of tumbling and tumbling. You might have passed out from just the sheer
probably
the force of it. Maybe you're struck by a loose box or detritus, but all of you are just completely blacked out.
Nice.
Oh god.
And
Divinity.
This isn't a secret battle royale episode, is it?
No.
I'll wake up on an island.
Fully Miles and Benedict.
No. So who's got the highest constitution just out of you guys?
I've got
17.
14.
No, so 16. Miles?
11.
So Hafane, you would be the first to awaken. You can it's you don't open your eyes at first, but you can feel the hot sun basking on your face. You can hear seagulls cawing. There's just a gentle breeze and soft grass you can feel under you.
Oh.
It's almost tranquil, and you think, is this it? Is this the afterlife? And then you get pecked on the ear by a random seagull, and that brings you to. And
can I go to grab it?
Roll a dexterity. No, wait. No, roll athletics for me.
Oh no.
Well,
4
hang on.
plus 6.
Guys, what's going
10.
on? Let me roll acrobatics.
Hey,
So
you
you try and beat me,
You
seagull.
get guidance as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Does
bless.
it count as attack? Bless, sorry.
So add a d4.
No,
Oh.
guidance.
Add a D4 to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
14 then altogether.
Okay, you do actually manage to grab the seagull because I rolled a 5.
Yeah.
So the seagull pecks at your ear, and you just, before you even open your eyes, you grab this thing by the neck. You're just staring at this seagull who's just flapping its wings frantically, going.
I'm looking at it now.
You could what? Sorry.
So I've opened my eyes now. I can just see it freaking out.
There's just a seagull in front of you going.
I just look at more and then throw it.
It tumbles to the ground and then just gets up and just buggers off.
Yeah, and then first thing I do is I don't even get up. I just sit up. and look around to like take in
Okay.
where the fuck I am.
So it seems you've been thrown onto a little beach. So you can see like the sand a ways out, but it seems you've been thrown onto a grassy patch a little ways up. Roll a perception check for me.
Oh, plus 2. That is 5. So
A what?
shit. A 5.
Guys, what's going on today?
I've got. To be fair, I've had the sea. Like I've got all that salted sea.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I've got-
true, very
sure,
true.
we'll go with that.
I've had a bit of a rough tumble.
So there's a few, you know, bits of driftwood, detritus. See a few boxes hanging around, unimportant stuff.
Okay.
You can. I'll give you that you can see your weaponry and equipment
Oh, nice.
with
How
you.
convenient.
How
To be
convenient.
fair, I grabbed them, didn't I? I grabbed them.
Yeah,
I had
to be fair, you did say that. But that's what you've got. Who had the next? You had 11. It was
think
you
it
with
was-
14.
I-
Yeah.
I was 14.
You were
I
14.
had
Oh, you were 16. That was it. Yes. So you would be the second to awaken, Relikos. Same sort of without the seagull. Same scenario. You know, you
The crab.
can feel. You've probably got like your feet in the sand, but you can feel your head on the grass. A warm sun, a light breeze, the strong smell of sea air. It's almost peaceful if you aren't bruised and battered all over. That's actually a good point.
Thinks he's dead, and it's actually the happiest his face has ever looked. It's like, yeah.
So
this is alright.
everyone can lose 6 HP as well just from being thrown around
Okay.
in the night. We're gonna start with that handicap. But you were probably awoken by the large screeching of this seagull going ah, 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 and you look up and you see this guy. You see a little ways down the beach, Hafane just throw this seagull to the ground, and then just start looking around and gathering up his belongings.
I'm gonna kind of struggle to my feet.
Yeah.
Hafane! Hafane!
No. Of course it had. Of course it had to be him. Greetings, Stone Man.
Not my name, but okay. You've had a bonk on the head there. Where are we?
In paradise, it would seem. Wouldn't you say? I'd look around to see, like, do I see any of like the ship? Do I see, like,
No,
do I
so
see...
you had your chance. And you rolled
Yeah.
a 5,
He tries again, rubbing his eyes and sees nothing.
There's a couple bits of driftwood. Nothing. As I said, there was a few boxes. Nothing substantial that you could see.
Yeah.
You
It
dark.
would seem we are what is that word? Marooned? Is it?
Yes, that is the English language. Did
Common.
you see
Actually,
where the
description, no
ship
English
went
here.
down?
I beg your pardon. What? Let me come to you, and then I make my way.
Yeah,
over to him.
you guys just shouting across
Rather
the
than just shouting over, I think I actually
Yeah,
go to him now.
On a bit of
Is he still sat down as well?
wait
Like
for
he's
him.
still
Yeah.
sat there, like.
He's not even going to come to you. He's just sat down.
What did you say?
Did you see where the ship went down? You know, those houses on it.
And then I just look to the sea and say, somewhere over there.
Fucking bright spark you are. I'm gonna roll perception and try and look out and get up and walk away from him and try and
Okay. Do you want to roll perception as well?
do, Thomas.
Does he have his
Lovely.
stuff?
You get a D4 as well.
Yeah, add a d4.
16 plus 5 plus 4. I mean,
Good call on the blast man.
20 something.
Lots.
Enough.
Okay, right. You gather a bit more about the surrounding area. Unfortunately, there isn't anything to add about the ship. There is literally just a few pieces of driftwood and
This
boxes.
is the island with the fucking dragon on it. I'm going to be so pissed off.
No, you're
I'm gonna be
miles
so
away
angry.
from that island.
To see flipping
that
Catdan's
one.
remains.
So you look around. So yeah, sandy beach. You're on a grassy knoll. Behind
A
you,
knoll, a
There are
live
knolls
knoll.
about.
grassy knoll, not a
It's
knoll. Knoll. I think it's KNOLL. It's a little rise, in the earth. You can see.
I'm picturing the other one.
Sure.
I'm just following Runestone bombinating as I go.
Okay, you can see behind you thick forest, thick jungle, I should say. That's and you can see quite far down these kind of beaches. So you gather that this island's got fairly substantial.
The Trentwood, does it like kind of go from fairly not much to quite numerous? Like, does it gradually?
No, there doesn't really seem to be any pattern to it. There's the
So it's like-
to be fair, actually, your little area is actually the only bit you can see necessarily that has
God.
anything.
So it's like Madagascar, basically.
Yes,
You know, in like the film.
the children's animated film Madagascar.
Right.
That
I'm
is
Whoa,
my
giant-
Whoa!
reference.
Don't act derogatory
Wasn't where you
to
did in
Madagascar.
Madagascar.
Yeah, I mean, this is literally what you've described.
Ben's
right
never
now.
been,
It's
so he
Madagascar.
has to go flat.
Yes,
just described it.
imagine the beginning of Madagascar.
No,
except
not the
with
beginning.
less-
The beginning, they're in
Oh,
New
sorry.
York Zoo.
Well, there's a
Oh,
cat driving by.
Get it
Oh
right.
boy.
Probably
Okay,
about a
right.
third way through.
We're going to get back to whatever. Because you rolled exceptionally high, you can see a little
okay.
ways. Yeah, a little ways down the. I missed what you said, Connor. Probably a.
No, I said go Dickens. I
Oh,
said
right,
go
okay,
Dickens.
fair enough.
We're celebrating his good roll.
You see a little ways out, just drifting in, two figures on a seemingly large enough piece of wood.
Door.
Um,
is one of
Jack
the
and
first
Rose?
ones let
A
go.
door, yes.
You let him
A
on?
large door, because a door can fit two people on Titanic.
Mm.
Bullshit.
Fucking let go, didn't you?
At least the
Yeah.
water's warm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do I recognise these?
You might do, maybe. One of them's large and fair, and the other one's small and a little bit scaly. Here they are, but
Oh, look, some more learned people to talk to. Come on, let's go get them out the water. I'm going to beckon for him to follow me.
yeah. So do you follow Happen?
I sit on the beach.
Nice, great. So
Unless it looks like he's struggling, I'm sitting on the beach.
they're
Fuck water right
not
now.
that far out. You know, you're still within wading distance.
Hold on, then before it goes out, to make it easier, does the door, if it's on a door, does it have a little handle? Or
No.
no, fuck it then. I was
It's
gonna
got a
say tie a
ring.
rope to it and I'll pull it rather than you try and push it while in water.
I mean, it's not that
but
it's not that far out.
Yeah,
It's
not that far.
I'm not
Really
going to make you roll
shallow.
for it. It's fairly
Yeah.
feasible that these two are
oh,
dragged in.
then I'll go then if it's only that far. Yeah,
Okay.
I had it out like do it quite a bit, but then I forgot I had a really shit roll, so they could literally be right in front of me, and I'd have been like, what?
There's really got to be
Okay.
this much logic to it, huh?
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Hey, you
I
got-
only
you
weigh
gotta do it.
128 pounds as well.
Right. So you go and collect the
Really?
other
Gotta
two.
go.
Um,
Okay.
you drag them in. They are still unconscious at the time. You can see like there's been well, you can see it in Frost's fur is sort of matted in now. There's a fair bit of blood. Mizzou
Oh God!
well.
I give him a
This
healing
is
potion.
from the forehead, or on the back of the head. Mazusha's same thing. You can see where there's been like a large gash.
God.
That's with
Who's
blood coming out.
looking worse?
They're both about to say. Well, you can't really tell. Mazusha's is more obvious.
Hmm.
Frost's you can't really
But
see
the fur gets in
through
the
the
way.
fur exactly. Yeah, so you can all you can see is the matted blood.
Okay.
I mean, there's a bit, but it's not nothing
It
that
doesn't look
doesn't look
dangerous, yeah.
life threatening type thing. as we know, the head bleeds a lot. So that's kind of what you gather from that. But you drag them in; they're still unconscious at the time.
Yeah, put them on, lay them on the backs on the ground, and then just. Do you think we should try to wake them?
Well, I mean, you can if you want to. I personally don't know much about waking people up. I'm more the other way around. I'll light a fire. I'll go off and find some wood.
Yes, and
Surprised you know how
you
to
are
do
still
that.
all soaking wet. Yeah, dry wood's not going to be an issue. You're right next to a jungle, so there's plenty about of old wood that you can make a basic fire with.
I'll try and wake. I'll try and wake the snake woman up first.
Okay, what do you do?
Try and do.
How?
First, just a gentle shake, and if it happens,
Does nothing.
then I tap on the face.
Still does nothing.
Then I just go out to the water, cup some, and then just splash it on her.
Sure. Third time's the charm.
I'm not going to hit her straight up. That's all
Sushi.
The sea hasn't woken her up, but him throwing a small amount of water in her face. That's what does it.
But she's just.
We can't
she's
be here
she's
all
thinking,
night.
"Hey, what's this
We've
warmth?
already
What's this
taken-
warmth here?" And then,
Okay.
it's
right.
the sudden difference.
Yeah. Sushi. You get you get woken up by a splash of water in your face.
to bite him and then go, oh, thank you very much.
That was vivid.
I'll go, oh, Frost. And I'll notice Frost next to me. Oh, Frost. Is there anyone else alive or did we all die?
The stone man is alive. He has gone to get some wood for a fire.
The stone man? Who's the stone man?
The one with a face like a slapped ass. The one with the horns.
Oh, the one with the horns.
The
Mr.
tiefling.
Runestone.
Tiefling? Something along those lines.
Is he in any way hurt or injured?
He seems okay. A little bit grumpy.
Well, I will.
Okay.
Yes, but I think he's that on a good day. Yes. So I will just cast my spell on the three of us then. And then I will cast Prayer of Healing, which means everyone rolls 2d8 and then you add 6 to it.
I'm actually hurt though, Connor.
Back to full.
I'm definitely back to full. Yeah.
You're only +6. So.
Considering we only lost such a small amount of health.
Even
I rolled 2d8 for damage, so I was hoping a bit more, but
damn.
1 on a 5.
That could have been bad.
Off, man.
But I mean, you got thrown from a boat, so I thought it was
Yeah.
Would that wake?
Yeah, I'll say yes. Just convenience sake.
Ooh, he feels tingly. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Does anyone feel any diseases? Does anyone blind, deaf, or paralyzed, or poisoned?
What has happened? Where are we? What is this? Is this Connecticut Zoo?
San Diego Zoo? San Diego.
God damn it.
Shall we build the Statue of Liberty out of trees?
This is my side of the island. This is your side of the island.
Do not cross this line.
I am
I heard you like to move it.
Okay, Madagascar references aside.
And then after I've had that dream, I actually wake up.
Oh, okay.
Can I roll investigation or perception to look for snakes?
That would be a perception, please.
Can I come back with the wood now?
Yeah.
Do I get advantage?
Longer than that.
Yeah, go on then, because it's you.
Yeah.
Please
it's
come
still
back
not
with some really
right.
shitty twigs because you don't know about survival or something. Like,
It's
please.
13.
Okay, well, you see a big one coming straight to you with a bunch of wood in his arms, but apart from that,
Oh, nice.
that took a second.
Very good. Very good.
No, there aren't any snakes that you can gather.
I'll find you boys later.
Okay, you want snakes?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm literally a snake. Of course I want to find snakes.
I
Okay.
turn to Foster and I'm
I have
like, who's she
I have
talking
2 spells that only
I'm
work
not
on
sure.
snakes.
You do, to be
to? Does
fair.
she do
It's
this
rather
often?
specific.
Not that I have seen. Yeah, Vane, do you know where we are? I know we were heading for the islands. Do you know of them?
No, I'm still hopping on that boat. I had never left home. So, not a clue, I'm afraid.
Hafeen.
Hmm?
I have a very important question for you. Do you have my
What
book?
is it? Oh, I could check
you have
because it
my
was on
book?
my person. Can I check for it, Thomas?
Yeah, roll investigation.
Is it absolutely destroyed by the sea?
He's got the
Investigation. Oh, it's a -1 on investigation, so 13.
Yeah, you find it, and yeah, it is soaked.
I have
It is.
what is left of it. Yes.
You owe me a book.
Well, it's not exactly my fault. The storm was somewhat out of my control.
Sorry, I lent you the book and I said, please return it to me in the exact condition you found it. You are now returning it to me completely soaked. I cannot use this book. I cannot sell this book. I cannot read this book. You have ruined my book. I do
how
not
much
care.
was this book? How much was it?
I do not want your gold. I do not want your silver. I want a book, a piece of literature, a piece of
As she's
academic
going on,
brilliance.
I like open it on the first page and put it on the beach to hope the sun will dry it out. Just like crouch
Okay.
over it watching.
Okay.
I will go, you, Hanjon, or whatever your name is, you stupid Viking. You owe me a book.
I will get you your book.
I
No.
would
Perhaps not the same one.
I'm not sure he knows what a book fully is.
Are you talking about me?
Snide comment as I'm making the fire.
Now
Look,
look,
I'm not in a-
we are
I'm-
all
I would be very
washed
careful
up
about
here
what you
together.
say,
Look, there is no
Stoneman.
need for
If I
us to
put
have
you in
these
that fire.
hostilities. What is this? Why are we arguing over a book? A ship has just gone down. Many people have died.
What do you mean, why are we arguing over a book? This book was a piece of...
To be fair, it was a very
It was
good
by-
book. I will give
It
her.
was by Rickus Mansour. Rickus Mansour is no longer alive. This piece of book being made unreadable has dented history, has dented the future. Do you
He
understand?
did like to
Fox?
drivel on. I will say that.
You do not speak bad about the dead, please, in my presence, especially of a book you have ruined.
I did not ruin the book.
I'm not sure that was the only copy of that book.
Yes, I know it is not the only copy of that book, but it's one less copy to hand on to future generations.
Well,
But what if we make another copy? You know, someone else will make another copy. We will
another
find it.
copy. You want to make another copy of a
There
book?
is
Well, not me
that is
necessarily.
not a positive way of thinking. Someone else will make another copy. No, you shall make another copy.
I will make another copy. Me.
Yes, can you write?
No.
I can write. I can. That is not the point. Surely you would like it of the same quality, if not better. Perhaps a new edition with
Why
improvements.
are we letting you write it?
I'm not going to write it. If you would like to write it, by all means, you write it.
At least
Listen,
I'm going to climb a tree.
what we need
I'll
to
allow
do.
You can
What
just
about
do that.
If I wish to write this book,
If we
I
are
am done
alive,
by now.
there is the possibility that others are alive. If we can find sailors, perhaps we can get off of this island. Okay?
And they're going
What?
to
Because the
magic
sailors
book.
are better at swimming?
No,
are
but
they?
perhaps they know some way to I don't know,
To invent a
smoke
boat.
signals. I don't know,
A smoke
something.
signal. A smoke. You want a smoke signal? I'd rather.
For the time being, we are alive, which is very unfortunate. It would have been nice for us all to die. Okay, but in the meantime, the fact that I am alive means I am now a book short. The world is a book short than it was before. You owe me this exact book, and we will find a replica, and you will make me a copy.
I will wait. So either we find the replica or I make you a copy. I don't understand. Do you want me to make it or to
we
find it?
we find the replica, and you will make me a copy. This thing is
both of them.
You cannot read the words. It is soaked through.
Wait. Perhaps. Very well. I will find this book and I will make an exact copy for you.
Exactly. That is all I
At
ask.
some point.
You have gone up in my judgment a lot.
Right.
I mean, you couldn't go any lower, but you've gone up.
I've got it. Fantastic.
Wow. Okay.
And how is the fire going along, Stone Man?
Well, as you can see, it's lit. If you could go and find us some food, hunting, things like that. I presume you're good at that sort of thing. If you could go and do that, that would be excellent.
It would be a good way to pass the time. I will see if I
I
can
will
find
come with you
anything at
as I wish to search for snakes.
Okay.
Of course.
Frost?
I'm
You
gonna
coming with us,
percept
Frost?
from the height.
Go for it.
While they were doing all of that talk about a book, I'll have a look at the island.
Okay.
Moving the story forward.
Oh, it's not bad for once. It's a 19.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Thank God for that. Yeah, it's a big island. It's a big island. You can see like this jungle goes on for about as far as you can see realistically. You can see some like quite large hills in the distance. Some mountains as well. And then that kind of stretches towards the sea at one point. So it's like a cliff face.
So I can see the sea at the other side.
No, sorry. Looking at it, it stretches to like the western side.
Cool.
If you're looking north, let's say for convenience's sake, it's towards the western side. You can see it kind of start climbing up that way towards a hill, but you can't see the other side because it is blocked by this the hills and the mountains and such. So you're not sure how far this goes on. Realistically, it looks to be at least a few dozen miles of island.
Okay.
No, made it sound like it was going to be shitty little island.
But currently you can't see any kind of signs of life of anything else. I mean, you can hear animals up the wazoo, monkeys. Actually,
Any snakes?
Monkey is. Not from the top of a tree, no.
Hear a snake.
You can hear strange squawks, lots of different birds.
Do we see
Lovely.
an old acquaintance flying in the sky?
You do not.
Uh-oh.
Good eye, mate.
God. Okay. How many references can we throw from our old campaign? But that's
This was
about all
only
you
the
can gather.
start.
I know. It's episode 1. Yeah, that's all you can gather from that. I'm afraid.
Fucking useless. All right.
Yeah, sorry to say. So, the two of you that are going out hunting, roll me some nature checks, methinks.
I'm looking for snakes in particular.
I assumed you were.
Nature again.
Yeah.
Do I get advantage because it's snakes?
Yes, because it is snake based.
And I'm using, obviously, you know this, but I'm going to be using guidance for every roll ever.
Classic
now.
guidance.
Oh, yes. Let's see if I get a natural 20. Oh, I rolled a 19 again. So I got 19 plus 3 is 22, plus 2 is 24.
You find a plethora of, and as I say, a plethora, you find about a dozen large constrictors, all seeming to be in this big, weird ball of snake. It seems to be a territory dispute going on.
Can I roll So I have the cantrip Animal Friendship, but
Yeah,
it only works on snakes.
He works on
He smiles his name. I was
Sure.
trying to weigh up who the fuck that was. I was like,
Oh, sorry.
he pops up on screen.
I was rubbing out my weapons. So I'm just gonna
Oh, your
assume I
weapons.
lost them.
No.
Okay.
Well, you shoot. Well, you shoot what you want.
We might find them.
You haven't looked yet. Yes.
Yeah,
So
I'm
you
gonna
find this.
I'm gonna cast. I've renamed it to Snake Friendship.
Fair enough.
my
Makes
notes.
sense. Yes.
What was it
I think
called?
that just works, doesn't it? As far as
I'm just gonna
aware?
grab
They have to make a
water.
Wisdom save.
Great. Okay.
Am I just like watching her approach these snakes? Like, what is she doing?
Okay. That's a failure. That's a failure. What's your DC?
So my DC for my snake-related spells is 10.
Oh, is it actually? All right. Well, that
Yeah.
second one would have succeeded then. Sorry, I assumed it was more than 10. So
Nope, it's only 10.
one of them seems fairly friendly now. You gather the spell's worked on because it seems to have relaxed a bit. The other two are still absolutely going at each other, going
Okay.
nuts.
Well, I'll go. Then I'll cast Animal Suggestion, which
Okay.
only works on snakes,
Okay.
or the Spell Suggestion, which
Yeah.
only works on
Only
snakes.
works on snakes. Yeah.
And I will suggest to this snake, which I've already
Yeah.
befriended, so I assume it has disadvantage on the Wisdom save
Yes,
it's about to
it will
make.
do. Yeah.
But I will go, could you go and get us some rats or some food or whatever sort of animal you eat? Could you go and nibble them and then like bring them back to the beach over there?
Do I understand what she's saying to this snake?
No.
Or is it like
It's all in some
like-
kind of weird language you do not understand, mostly hisses and.
Hey,
To be fair, a lot of it's like
snake.
animalistic eye movements and such. I'm not going to roll for that because that's a reasonable request. And you can see this constrictor slither out into the jungle. You assume it's going to do that, and we'll come back
I'll
to
go-
you at some point.
And I'll just go, okay, good luck with your finding food. And then I'll just walk back again.
Okay.
Like back to the beach,
Yeah,
to the
cool.
campfire.
Connor, what was your nature roll?
God, I can't. 17.
Okay.
Right, I'm just going to pop to the loo quickly, everyone, just so you're aware.
All right, no worries. You find a set of prints that look to be possibly some kind of boar.
The fucking giant.
They're pretty
bastard.
recent. You can probably track that one down, should you be so
Yeah.
inclined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn yeah.
So you follow it for a few minutes, and you come to a stream where this boar seems to have started quenching some thirst.
Right. I get my short bow ready.
Yeah.
I start to sneak towards it in the
Just roll
brush.
stealth for me.
Where are you, stealth?
Right, Batley.
16.
Sorry. Messed
Yeah,
up again.
the boar seems to have not noticed you yet.
Yeah.
Please.
Draw my bow.
Yeah.
Ball.
Aim for its head. And
Okay,
Push.
roll an attack with advantage. You are surprising this boar.
30 plus 6. 1, 2, 3.
Be good.
19.
the
Hit.
fingers return.
Roll damage.
It hits.
Will I find the stats for a boar?
That was a low shot.
Oh. I nearly rolled twice there because I'm so used to Ulster like rolling again and again
Don't
and
do
again.
that.
Oh,
Don't do that.
It's
5
been a
plus
year.
4. That is 9.
Okay, so good solid hit. The boar is definitely weakened, but unfortunately it is not dead yet.
Yeah.
And
Is it pissed? Boars are very aggressive.
yes, they are very aggressive. And now
Good.
we are going to, for the first time in this campaign, Connor versus a boar. Roll some initiative.
I enter rage. There's nothing
Seems
left when I'm done. I don't. As soon as I see it like
Barbarian.
coming for me, I switch over to my hand axes.
Okay, that's fine. They're small enough for me to allow that.
Did you guys hear me weeing, by the
No.
way?
No.
Should
Yeah.
we
Oh,
have?
fabulous.
As much as we
Well, so I
tried.
had my AirPods
It
in,
sounded
so I could
like
hear
a silly
you.
stream. It was really good because we were by a stream anyway with this boar, so it fit really well.
Yeah.
Got a good
fabulous.
atmosphere.
So yeah, what's your initiative? It physically cannot be worse than the boars.
I wouldn't say that, mate. Plus what? 3.
Okay, I rolled a 1, so
Oh.
you go first.
It wasn't very good.
Why did you make him roll? You should have just gone, right, you go first.
Just in case he had like a
as it's charging at me, I'm charging at it. I'm
yeah,
guessing we close that distance and I go to fucking
Yeah,
hit
you
it
went that
twice
far
with my
away.
hand axes.
yeah, I'll allow it. Sure.
13 plus 6, 19 for
Yeah,
that one.
it's
And then the second hit.
Can I get rid of my
is
weapons as well,
18.
Elsa, by the way?
what? Okay, what was the damage?
Just for fun.
It's a boar. What's the damage?
I'm doing
on
the
the
damage
first?
now. I was just doing
Alright.
both to say a hit.
Okay.
It was 19, 18 to hit. I just thought I'll do the D20s.
You don't need that second hit.
No.
Honestly, you
so
don't even need
6
to
plus
roll.
4, 10.
Great. 2 HP. Whatever you rolled.
I don't even hit it with the blade. I just whack it right.
So you shoot this boar, drop your bow, get your axes out as it starts charging towards you. You start running at it, step to the side just as it was about to gore you with its tusks, and just shink, right in the head, right in the back of the skull. It's killed instantly. You now have a boar.
I hate that term, gored.
Is a good word, isn't
I
it?
love it. I'd never heard it until you used it like
God.
a year or two ago. I
No,
grabbed the
since our
ball
session, it's
and I just
traumatised
started
me.
it back.
Well, so how much
Scuttle.
damage was? Sorry, how much damage did you do in total for that last hit?
The first hit,
Yeah,
it was 10. It was 6 plus 4.
with the axe. Yeah.
That's with the axe, yeah.
Okay, that's fine because I just read that if a if a boar takes 7 of damage or less, it doesn't actually get killed. But
Oh, wow.
it's yeah, boars. Who knew?
Just too
Intricate
angry to die.
creatures are boars.
Yeah, boars. Man. Crazy. But no, you killed it outright. You now have a
Sold me
boar.
away.
Should you wish to drag that back to
Yeah, pick it up with my
you're only
So-
seeing this out.
impressive strength. And
Do we actually have our weapons still?
Well, Hafane's the only one that's looked for them.
No, look,
But I would assume me and Masush,
yeah, well, to be fair, Runestone would.
me and Frost wouldn't.
Assume what you like.
Can I get rid of mine just for story impact?
If you don't want to look for your weapons, they're not currently on you. So sure. if you
I,
wanna get-
Well, obviously, I do want to look.
I
for them.
look for my weapons.
Okay, guys.
I shouldn't-
Do you actually want to look, or narratively?
Yeah.
you
Do we
wanna
have?
use it?
Do we have our weapons, or can we just get rid of them just for fun?
No, they're gone.
They're gone.
To be
Yeah.
fair, Hafane was the only one that said he secured anything.
I grabbed the
So-
shit out of him first
Surely
thing.
my-
So does that mean we lose all our equipment as well?
You two would. Ralikos, I
Oh,
will
no.
allow you
Please,
to roll.
Ralikos doesn't have him.
Yeah, I'll allow you.
He's
'cause
lost
you
all
are-
his gold.
because you
Forget his
are,
weapons, all his gold.
Yeah, you gold. Yeah.
Make him
My
lose.
healing potion.
My gold
No.
on me.
Yeah.
You never had that on you.
I'll allow
Oh,
a
it's
roll.
always on you.
It doesn't. Roll for me, Ralikos.
Okay.
Oh, I lost my prayer notes. That's so sad.
Oh.
What am I rolling?
Oh, perception.
Like what?
Sorry, perception. Actually, no,
The
investigation.
book becomes even more important now.
Yeah,
I need,
you've
I
lost
need a
everything
decent
else.
rubber. I'm gonna go look for a rubber.
14.
You can find. I'll allow you your gold, just because
Okay.
I know you'll be characterless without it. What weapons?
Oh,
did you have?
please.
That's
It's
well
just-
done.
I had 2 very nice short swords and a crossbow. I'm happy to.
Crossbow's gone.
Gone.
You only got one short
Gone.
sword.
Yes,
Lovely.
and it's broken.
No, the short sword.
It's a
fine.
very short sword.
You have
Well-
one short sword and the crossbow's gone. I'm afraid.
Dagger now.
That
Oh
low roll.
man. Got
Move that
Um,
over so I can see Miles. There we are.
just the claws on my back.
Sorry.
It's all right. I can deal with that.
So that's what we're working with now.
I just couldn't deal with losing it all.
No, I assume.
Right, I'll rub it out when I've got.
All
a
I had
decent
was
rubber.
bow.
And it's gone now. So
I lost
but you should
anything
be fine.
decent. Oh, I had
If
a
it's
quill.
nice, I might give him mine.
Oh, that's quite unfortunate. I had a quill and ink.
Would
I
have
had
had a
50
roll.
feet of hempen rope.
Okay. So after you are done looking for all that, you watch Hathane.
Does that mean I lose my armor as well?
No, I'll allow your armor.
But I wouldn't have been wearing my armor.
I don't care.
Go on, let me lose my armor.
Magically, you are now.
No, let me lose my armor.
Why?
He's
Okay,
asking
sure.
for it.
If you really want
I
to.
wouldn't. I
bare
wouldn't have my
naked.
armor on.
Okay. You've got nothing.
I have common clothes.
Yeah, you got your clothes
I would have
on.
been wearing my common clothes. Yeah.
Amazingly, you've got that
Get rid of my
God,
armor.
man.
book.
I love how dedicated he is. He's like, nah, do it.
All right, you've lost everything but the clothes on your back and that one waterlogged book.
And the book that Connor had used.
Yeah.
I'll say for convenience sake, you've still
Whereas
got
Connor
your
has both his axes and his bow.
Got all my stuff. That was the first thing my guy grabbed. He was like, "All my stuff, mine."
I clocked it. He said, I make sure I've got weapons on me because he knew what was coming. I was like,
A full quiver.
Yeah. He lost the arrows. He makes some more like out of shitty little sticks.
yeah, Ben, just for convenience sake, because it's going to be a bitch if you don't have it.
We could say I had the lid of my quiver closed.
You still got your arcane focus, whatever that was.
Oh,
be
yeah,
arcane,
yeah,
but,
fabulous. Yeah, that's fine.
The thing you need to cast magic.
Yeah. I hadn't even thought what that was.
It's usually just.
We'll just say that's like connected
totem
around the neck.
Or a necklace
That's like a little
would make
thing.
sense as to why it's still.
Yeah.
Okay. No one else.
I was like, oh, cool. What item do I actually have on me? I was like,
you've still got that.
But yeah, my arcane focus.
It has another name.
Oh, I'm gonna rub this out later.
Anyway, right. Hathane walks out dragging a nice, fairly plump-looking boar. Pretty
right,
happy
how's my
with himself.
snake doing?
We're getting there. You watch that happen, and then you also watch this boa constrictor shoot past him, and you can see it's sort of like dragging behind it, using its massive rear end to carry it. Is a full-grown buck. Like we're talking.
Oh my god!
Like we're talking
or something.
We're talking like 250 to like 300 pounds of buck.
Oh my god! That is
Bloody hell!
Big old buck.
What kind of snake is this?
It's a boa constrictor. It's
huge.
Huge. You ever seen one? Huge.
So if it did fail its suggestion spell, it's currently under my control for 8 hours.
Jesus.
And I'll just go, same again, please.
And it just goes and slithers off into the back into the woods.
And I'll go, oh, one more question.
You see it just turn like it does a double take, and it just goes.
Where the fuck are we?
Can you talk to snakes?
No shit, I can only give suggestions.
Yeah, I don't know if you can actually
all right.
converse.
I suggest you tell me.
Never mind. On your way. I cannot speak with you.
It just looks at you. Let me double check on that, because I don't think you can. But
I don't think I can. No. I haven't got any spell that's like that. So
yeah, because it's
not
an
a
animal.
natural thing.
Well, you might. It's not a natural thing, is it?
No. So just wreck on that. I know I can't speak to snakes.
Okay. All right. No worries.
And I just send it on its way to go get another thing.
It buggers off. Yeah, you now have a plump boar and a prime buck.
I'm gonna look at both of them, give a very distasteful look to his dirty buck, and go for the his dirty boar.
Oh,
and
I was
go
about to
for the-
say,
go
like,
for
yeah,
the
you can
buck.
see the boar has got like an arrow in its gut,
And it's
and
been
and
fucked up.
like the back of the skull has been caved in. The buck, however, I mean, its neck is completely pulverized. Like it is just bits, but the main body is perfectly pristine.
I'm gonna start to skin it.
Lovely. So this will take some time, obviously, such is the way with skinning a massive fuck off buck. I suppose you can go section by section. You don't need to like do the entire thing in one go.
On the wall.
Like you'll, yeah. So either way,
And I'll cast lesser restoration on it as well, just so it hasn't got any diseases and it's not poisoned. Just so it's like good. Would that work?
Yeah, fuck it. We'll say yes. Sure, why not? Yeah. So a few hours. Well, say an hour goes by before.
Oh wait, can I just?
Yeah.
Hafane, did you see anything while you were out hunting? Any signs of life?
I'm afraid not. I did find some fresh water, a river, but I'm afraid no one and nothing of notice.
Okay.
We should probably look tomorrow, though. We have plenty of food to carry along with us.
Okay.
Right. So, sorry, James. Did you want to do?
I was just gonna say once I'd diced it up, I was gonna give everyone a bit of meat to hold over the fire.
Lovely.
Cook for their
Okay.
dinner.
So after
Thank you.
you've made your venison kebabs,
I'll swallow mine whole and raw.
gross.
He goes to cook. It's like, no need.
If you were anything else, I'd make you roll Constitution. But yeah, once you've done all that, the constrictor comes out, just slithers back out of the woods. It's not a buck this time. That's prime buck. You could only get that once in a lifetime type thing.
It's a gnome. It's a gnome.
Oh yes, please do the gnome.
Not the gnome. It's not a person. It comes.
It's Pat.
It drags out. Mazush, you'd know this. It drags out a baboon. Frost, you've
Baboon?
never seen this creature before in your life.
I'm gonna recoil at the mutated human.
But yeah, this
What is
bright.
that?
I assume I've read about baboons.
Yeah, you're knowledgeable enough, I think, to know about monkeys, and apes. But there's this bright-bottomed baboon just gets dragged out of the woods by this constrictor, who drags it straight up to you, Sushi.
I'll grab it and then just hand it straight to Runestone.
What
you
in
be
the
able to pick up
ancestors'
a
name
full
is this,
baboon?
what are these creatures that inhabit this island? What is this?
This, my dear friend, is a baboon.
A what?
A baboon. It's
A baboon.
yes, that's what it's called. Like this was an elk. This is a baboon.
Yes, we are not fools. We have just not seen it before. Is it a threat? Is it dangerous?
Well, it's dead.
Dead.
Well, the others of the kind. Am I phrasing things wrong? Or am I being misinterpreted?
Is it
here, or are
dangerous
you
if we
simply
encounter
toying
one?
with me?
Is what he means.
Possibly, if they are in large packs, they could be a problem. They're not weak creatures, but I'm sure we could handle one-on-one.
Well, of course, you seem to be familiar with such fauna and flora as this place offers. Do you think you'd be able to guide us to perhaps a safer spot than this beach?
Well, I mean, I only know of these creatures through books and studying them. I'm not not particularly survivalist.
Yes.
So I'm not sure. I would suggest we find somewhere more sheltered, perhaps. And as my dear learned friend who caught that lovely boar earlier said, he'd found a water source, so we should gather some water. But other than that, I can't really suggest what we do.
I saw mountains to the distance. There's a chance that perhaps there are some people living in the mountains. I saw no signs of life, but we could travel to those, get up high, see if we can see any other islands in the surrounding area, or perhaps traveling ships, if we were to light a fire.
How large does it look, this island?
As far as I could see from up in the tree.
I think getting height would be an excellent idea. Yes. Are you?
I think that would be a good idea.
Are you not adapt to forest traversal, given your how you say special advantages, genetic advantages?
I grew up in the wilds, it is true, but I have never seen such trees as this, or such creatures as that baboon.
Fair enough.
But getting hide, I know how to light a fire and create smoke. Perhaps draw the attention of passing ships.
I think getting attention would be our first priority after food and water.
Can I suggest to my snake?
Yep.
Can I say, if you know what the human is,
Fine.
can you go and find the human and then slither back to us?
Oh God. Oh no.
This kills a village.
It's gonna bring back a child with
I didn't.
the village.
I didn't tell it to kill it. I just said.
It's gonna bring them back.
First
no
two
matter the
things you
cost.
sent it off to, you did. You didn't specify nothing, so.
The fact that the snake left after you said that implies that there are indeed humans here.
What do you mean? You just had.
Yeah, you
Forget I
have no
said
idea
anything.
what they are. They were talking about.
And I'll just say, well, if there are any humans on this island, I'm sure they will find their way to us.
True.
Can I do a perception for the time of day?
Yeah, go for it.
Here's my dear.
We can just look up.
10.
It's day.
Super.
How long are the shadows from the trees? Are they longer?
Roll investigation.
15.
Okay. Yeah, they're fairly long and they're stretching out. They're stretching out eastward as far as you can tell.
It's evening.
It's just evening, and you
It
can
will be nighttime.
Can I roll a general intelligence to know what time of day it is, just by how
Sure.
light it is?
Yeah, go for it.
To this, I'm going to ask the gods.
Oh, I've nailed it. I've got 20 there.
Okay, well, you can definitely tell it's starting to get toward evening because you look up and lo and behold, there are the moons distantly. Sort of
Moons, plural, interesting.
There are
Is
two moons.
Two or
You would know this being from the world. That there is moon, there is the moon for the planet, and then the moon itself has a moon. Its own
Cool.
smaller satellite that just circles it. So sometimes,
I don't tell anyone what time of day it is.
All right.
Because I assume it's common knowledge.
yeah.
You'd think it would be.
You rolled a 10. I'm afraid.
How do you not know, Velikos? Well, I've only read about time in books. You see, I've never actually gone out of my room to experience the world. I don't know.
Hard. All right.
What is that thing following me? That is the sun. Oh.
Okay. So several more hours pass. It does start to get a little bit, well, you can feel the temperature slightly drop. It's still fairly humid, it being sort of a jungly area.
In time.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, Ben, can I just ask, would I have ever seen sushi command snakes before?
Probably not.
All right.
But yeah, just to mention, the constrictor doesn't return.
Oh, it's definitely been had.
To you, unfortunately. But yeah, you can the light is getting low. Your fire is still going, I guess, if you've kept it up.
Yeah, we'll keep it going because we're right by a jungle, so someone can just go and grab it. I assume.
So
how does morale seem to be amongst the group? How can I roll insight to see if I can gather everyone's feeling?
Have a vibe check, please.
I'm very pleased because I got food.
Roll for a vibe check.
Roll insight.
I got a 16.
How you feeling?
How you feeling?
What's the
Fine. He's got food. He's fine.
Hello, Ben.
No, I just can't hear.
Oh, interesting.
My AirPods have run out of charge.
Oh, good.
I just can't really hear anymore.
I've got to say, I'm feeling a bit down. I keep looking at my knife. I keep looking at my sword. Quite dejected.
No.
How are you feeling?
I
was thinking of.
Yeah, I'd say Mathuth is probably feeling. Oh, sorry. What's this button? Oh, it doesn't do anything.
Like a granddad
Oh.
with FaceTime.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm feeling. She seems to be more concerned about surviving, and she's not really She's not really thinking about how she feels. If that makes sense.
Okay. I'm going to with the fire. If we're all sat around it, I'm going to use elemental attunement to create a little 1 foot cube smile in the fire, a smiley face. It lasts for a minute.
Yeah.
I am noticeably not happy anymore and terrified. What is this? What is going on?
Yeah, that'll get a smile, but a hidden one.
Oh yes. Oh.
Just to put it out.
Like a look up, smile, is perked up a little bit.
Because I have shit intelligence, I don't know spells. I go to put it out.
Oh.
Do you actually go to put it out?
Well, unless someone stops me, yeah, he puts it out because he's freaked the fuck out. He doesn't know spells.
I'll just mumble to myself, "Ancestors guide me."
Why did you put the fire out?
Did you not just see that? There was a face in the fire.
That was me. That was an attempt.
No, that was not you. It was the fire.
No, I created the face. It's just a picture.
Magic.
Magic.
Yes,
You can create faces in fire with magic.
Yeah, my people, we are in touch with elements. It was just a simple trick. It usually pleases the children. I thought we could do a morale boost. I did not intend to scare you. I'm sorry.
No, it is
entertaining for children.
It is fine, but any surprises regarding magic, please forewarn me. I don't know them too well. Any spells and such. I will go get some more wood and I venture into the jungle, not too far. Just
interesting.
Devilish smile appears on my face.
Hafane, what's your passive perception?
With 11. I was looking at my flipping proficiency bonus then.
What's everyone else's? Just on
16.
Just so you know, I am still very like alert after that fire thing, so I'm like hyper, like.
All right. Okay. Relicos?
15.
Noted. Okay. That's
Yeah.
fine. So what's the plan, boys, for the
Oh well, like, wait for whatever we were passively about to press up.
I'm going to sleep until we're attacked.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I
Why
get
are
the
you
wood,
so
start
on
the fire,
edge?
start the fire again.
Yeah.
Okay, so
well,
you keep the fire burning.
while he goes off for wood, I will instantly light the fire.
Okay, so Hafin, you come back and the fire is roaring.
Was that also you, hairy man?
Yes. My name is Frost.
You're called Frost, and yet you play with fire. That is strange.
Yes. Yeah, well, my name is actually Lies Upon Frost, but we shall
Lies upon.
Frost.
Oh, you have a very useful skill, Frost. And I just drop the wood and sit by the fire, like sort of waiting to see if any more faces pop up. Like, and I keep glancing at Frost, like, go on, do it.
As I
Aw.
notice him kind of looking into the fire, I'm going to
Oh, no.
Thaumaturgy. I think that's how you
Thaumaturgy.
and just make a little whisper in his ear, going, "Fire's watching you."
Let's see what the fire's watching me.
I'm sorry.
No, not your ear, his ear.
What is this? Look. Do you happen to also make the fire speak, Frost?
Fire cannot speak, I think.
Well, apparently it is watching me. Strange.
Oh, okay, I think.
And then
Did
I'm
you
gonna-
swallow any of the seawater?
I think I did more than swallow a bit of the seawater. I'm like looking around because now I know that I have
Spit it out
magic
as
users
well.
around me. I believe Frost, and then I look to Fork Tongue. I'm like, is it her? And then I'm guessing she just does a usual cold bitch stare, and then I look over to Stone Man.
I think she's asleep from the look of it.
Oh well, it's not her then. I look to Stone Man.
I'm just laying on my back, kind of asleep.
I get up
Right. Sleep. Yeah.
and like sneak and look over him just to watch him, see if he does anything.
Who are you doing that to? Sorry, I
think he's looking
Runestone.
Runestone. Runestone's asleep, so I assume does.
Runestone's asleep? Okay.
Well, I'm going to sleep.
He's going to sleep.
Giving him that little.
But I'm like this close to his face, like just like.
Okay, if you're that close, I'll notice and just open my eyes. Hello?
Have you ever had a fire talk?
Oh my god.
Fire can't talk. It's fire.
Perhaps it was the seawater then.
Why don't you get some rest, Huffin? I will keep watch.
Yes, a little nap would do good. Wake me when you need rest yourself. And then I purposely move a bit away from the fire.
Hello?
Just sort of.
Hello.
My bad.
Oh,
Apparently you're
Hello.
sideways.
Spider-Man.
Am I
There we go.
sideways?
Yeah. You're all right now. When I notice his eyes are closed,
There we go.
I'm going to cast it again because it's a cantrip.
You're evil.
I'll be asleep already.
No, like as you close your eyes, I'm going to do it.
Oh, as soon as I.
You shouldn't have told them about me.
Seawater and your mystic ways. Fall asleep.
Oh boy. Okay. Right. So we have sleep.
Because Frost's suggestion that it was water is actually a pretty good one. It's like
Yeah. Frost. Were you? What?
I was gonna keep watch.
Okay.
Seeing as the other two were asleep,
I
and
will-
Hafane seemed to really need some sleep.
I will also keep watch.
Right. Okay.
Right.
In that case, I want either both of you to roll a perception or one of you to roll with advantage. You decide.
Let's go for both.
It makes more sense.
Yeah.
I got a 14.
And I have guidance. Ooh, I didn't
Classic.
do well though.
Does guidance let you roll with advantage anyway then?
No. So
No, I just get to roll a d4 with everything. I have
yeah,
to roll.
it's
ever.
a pretty OP cantrip.
Yeah.
So if you're
I only rolled a 10
okay, so neither of you
with guidance.
anything during the night. Well, you don't notice anything currently.
Do we take an exhaustion point?
No, so as soon as about halfway through the night, I'm gonna wake Hafane.
Yeah, and then I'll keep watch.
So Frost can go to sleep. Sushi, what are you doing?
I'll stay up.
Okay?
Exhaustion.
We'll get there. Hafane, if you want to roll a perception now.
See if you notice whatever it is we're supposed to be noticing.
20. Not now, but 20.
Oh, excellent. I'm glad one of you got something.
Hey, it wasn't that bad. We weren't that bad.
No, but you
Maybe
need
whatever we're spotting is good.
yes. Hafane, you like about an hour or two into the watch. At this point, it is night, like early hours of the night. You
Big
notice
butterfly
some.
kisses.
You do notice some rustling out into the brush a little ways. Something that might be getting closer.
Seawater, Connor.
It stops for a second.
Yeah, I do.
And then you hear a whisper.
Oh no!
You can't make out the words. You didn't roll that high. Well, you did, but it's
20.
they rolled really good stealth. Really good
If I
stealth.
heard the whisper, he would have thought it was the seawater. But because he can't hear the whisper, he's like, "That's weird." Okay.
So you hear. Actually, I'll give it to you because I can add something funny in now.
God.
Says
Oh,
no.
pressure's on. You said it's funny.
Yeah.
Something we can. Fuck it, we'll give it a go.
No one laugh.
So you hear one whisper, a female voice. She goes, "That one's you, Auntie. Do you think she sent the snake?" You got to laugh. We're okay. You got to chuckle. I'll take it.
You're still awake, can't you, Ben?
Oh no, it was.
Yeah,
I am
Sushi's still awake.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fork tongue. There is someone here about a certain snake that was sent to them.
Hello, how are you doing?
That's what I wanted.
And then you just
So
hear.
then I get up with my hand on my axe.
Okay,
like,
you just hear.
stand up, like-
Shit! Run! And you just.
Chase after it.
Okay, I think we're gonna pick up there next time we
Oh,
play.
no.
I think we'll leave it there for the night.
Oh.
Going on a few hours.
All right.
Marty's mystery, folks. Okay,
Hmm.
right.
Oh, I fucking hate short sessions.
Mate, it's been 3 hours.
Oh no, that's short.
it's not short.
Yeah, for us,
You're
it
playing
is.
tomorrow?
I mean, for us, it's like 6 hours
What?
usually average. I'm not doing that as a whole recording. Okay, right. I think we'll close it off there. Hopefully, it's been a good first session back to this.
Oh,
My hectic style.
It's been a long old while. It's been a long old while.
Everyone's quite different. in
Yeah, well,
their,
we've all learned.
characters. I was well expecting Dickens to like have another European accent or something. I was like, he's got to do it.
Wasn't going to go
Mostly
down that
ridiculous.
route again.
Okay,
And then when
right.
Ben slithered, I was like, ooh.
Hopefully we'll be able to play again soon. I'm going to wrap up the
Yeah.
recording here. And
Okay.
fingers crossed this was okay. And it
Bye,
worked. So
everyone.
I can upload
I
it.
forgot we
Subscribe.
were recording.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bye.
so please subscribe to Wizards and Wyverns.
Yeah, I'll make a
Join
new
us,
YouTube channel for this.
Next week or whenever we're next playing again. We don't know.
I'll
So
chop
please
this
join us. It's been Thomas, Miles, James, Connor, and Ben. Thank you for joining us.
He knows what he's doing.
he's professional.
We'll be here again.
3 years of action training.
Some point.
Bye.